What's up, honey love? What's up, girl? What's up, love, honey love? I see you. What you doing, Red Sonya? What's up, Sonya? Fat Mama Sonya. What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Mayday? Lord Mayday. What's up, boy? What's up, Lord Mayday? What's up, my boy Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? It's my big boy, Doc. What you say? All right. Welcome back to another week, another episode of Game Dog Talk. And of course, we got the panel in the building. So far, we have the legendary schoolboy, Mr. Richard Garcia. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
Good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Rastaman78 and the chat.
Yes, sir. And we have the legendary Rastaman Boone in the building. How you doing, Rastaman?
All right, I'm feeling irie, man. Them say bless up maximum to everybody in the panel and the folks out there in the radio land or video land, wherever you at.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me scroll up and see who we got in the building thus far. Quick roll call. Mark Wonderland, salute to your fam. ODG Bulldogs, what's happening with it? Mr. Anderson. Michael Forgood, salute to you. AJ, Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels, what's happening?
Got to have it, soul power. We really need it, soul power.
Yeah. Man, my brother Miami Snoopy 305 in the building. 830 Kennels, salute. 200 East, Death Valley Kennels. Tony Gardner. What's that? Carelister Selman, salute. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name, family. El JOCKO, salute. Run them down, Dread, salute to you. Mike Lee in the building, salute, homie.
Mike. What's up, Mike?
Luigi Diaz, Rhodes Kennels, Double M. Let's see here. Arrowhead Kennels. Devon. We got Triple C Game Farm. William Torres. Welcome down, Ram in the building. What's happening with it, Ram?
Salute, OG, Boone, OG, Schoolboy. How y'all doing today?
How you doing, Ram?
Oh, pretty
Yes,
good,
sir.
man.
How you doing?
Hell yeah.
Call him
cool.
Round Maximum. Round Maximum.
Hell yeah. Drinking on this 1738. We do a Halloween edition of Drunk Game Dog Talk.
Yeah, I'm drinking too. But you gotta change your profile pic, Ram. I ain't fucking with Mike.
I know, that's why I put it up there. That's why I know my brother. Come on down, man. It's the only chance I get to fuck with you with Mike during the year.
That's the only person I'm afraid of on this planet. This guy.
I know.
Mike Myers.
That's why I made you. My profile pic. I knew you as soon as you seen it.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Mike G.
Me too. They did him wrong on the last one, though.
I didn't even watch it.
Trash.
I heard he got beat
up.
Yeah,
I was telling you. Yeah, he got beat up by a nerd, bro.
Man, see, I ain't
like
watching
a motherfucker that I pushed down when I got COVID type shit. Yeah, they're putting tips on Michael Myers. Like, for real?
I'm not watching it, man. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. You can't have Michael Myers being going through explosions. He gets his eyes taken out, everything going on, but now all of a sudden, some regular dude, some nerd whooping him.
Yeah, bro. No, they did Jeepers Creepers dirty like that too, man. He a whole now too. Like, I run cuz a fair one, whoop his ass.
That ain't right.
I got to ask y'all a question. What did the nerd look like that whooped you?
Like a motherfucker you would push down and you could grab him by his ankles and shake all the lunch money out of his fucking pockets.
What was he?
He wasn't swole. He wasn't crazy. He was a sucker MC, OG.
Yeah, he looked like one of them dudes from Nirvana, like he Kurt Cobain or something.
Yeah, bro, he looked like Kurt Cobain, suicide body double.
He was black.
No, white
Like
dude,
that.
a nerd, bro. How many brothers you know you could grab by their ankles and shake the money out their pockets? You don't even know no essays. You could do that too.
I just hope
Maybe
you caught
Urkel.
it. I just hope you caught it.
Urkel got a pistol. You feel me?
Yeah,
You see,
He wasn't fighting
yeah,
Urkel.
he come out smooth
Yeah,
sometimes.
he
too,
look
very
like
smooth.
Screech from Saved by
Yeah.
the Bell.
Yeah.
I like Screech,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
No,
motherfucker, Michael Myers getting beat up by Screech. That's why you shouldn't let millennials do certain things, because rewriting classic horror movies is no.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers wrote they self in to be able to whoop Michael Myers ass. Like you ain't threw a punch ever in your life, fool.
That's their own fantasy coming
exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, that was the point I was making, man. I said,
that shit just had me hot though, man. Like I had to get that off my chest. Like you motherfuckers.
And they said Mike was talking in the movie. He said so. They said he said some. I don't know if that's true or not. But they said Mike talked in the movie.
And Michael Myers bilingual and all that. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
Oh shit.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that movie, man.
No, he wasn't speaking Spanish, but yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Michael Myers we all know and love.
Yeah.
Jaden, salute to Jaden Johnson in the building. Gregorius Bulldog, salute. The lovely brown chicken, Tay Tay in the building.
Tay
What's
Tay.
up, Tay Tay?
Hey, I'm coming home. I'm coming home, girl.
To the place where I belong. You know, man.
Hey, your O-ring got loose again, OG. You sure is just running across the yard. Off your chain.
Hey, now, I bite so hard I bit the chain off.
Hell yeah. Bit right through the motherfucking D-ring in the O-ring. You smashed it.
Yeah.
Left it right there in the change spot.
If it's worth it, it's worth breaking teeth.
Yes,
take care, coming.
Kingdom Kennels. Salute to Kingdom Kennels.
Kingdom. We love that. Like that.
Dreadlock. What's happening with it, family?
Dreadlock Massive. Are you ready?
Yeah, Dread be keeping it real. I be seeing him on other spots. He ain't never changed up like these weirdos be. So salute to Dread.
Yeah. Salute to everybody that kept it loyal to the soil, man. Yeah. Main event Mark. What's happening, bro?
Main event Mark.
Southside Kennel. Salute. Zachariah 23. Dead Game Boxing. What's happening with it? Twan Marley.
All right, Marley family.
Salute to the twins in here. Going hard. Kennels in the building. What's up, brothers?
Twins.
Yes, sir. My number one. Twin.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Long live they sister, Dina Mae, man. They going
through
it, but they still scratching. You feel me? So if they was dogs, I would feed them and breed them. You feel me? Because they still bringing it.
Yeah. We go anywhere with them.
Yes, sir. Salute to the homie. Live life real in the building. What it do, homie?
My boy, that's him.
Live life real. We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. Salute, fam.
Live life maximum.
Yes, sir. Dwayne, it's gotta be Demaine Johnson, Bo City, Melee. Melee.
Salute, like Melee. What's cracking, cuz? That nigga said Demaine Johnson. That sound like a nigga you want to be your Sally. Like he gonna ride with you.
Yeah.
Demaine know how to make a knife and everything.
And he know how to hook up some cold ass burritos.
Make a cold ass spread.
Like a motherfucker. What's up, Stephen L. the Mizak? What's happening with it? Salute to everybody in the building, y'all. Let me read these super chats. Andy Kim in the super chat. What are you talking about boxing for, man? He says Tyson Fury the champ. Salute to Deontay Wilder, 2 best heavyweights. Thank you, sir, for your compliment and comment. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bless up, brother. Bless up.
Hey, before that little slick shot, Andy, your mama food tastes like shit, and your daddy can't fight.
Yeah, Ram got it. He got it. He peep game. Brandon in the super chat, appreciate the love. He says, note taking time, all ears, fellas, 100. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you for being here, and thank you all,
Brandon,
for joining us.
Love maximum, Brandon. Use a star, my brother. All
right. So What's up, Dirt Road Kennels? I see you in the building. Salute to everybody that's in the building. If I missed y'all, I apologize. Salute to everybody in here. And we're going to start cooking, y'all. All right. We're going to start cooking. So
all right.
Down to first question we got is the pros and cons to creatine in the keep versus natural supplements. I'm slow. I thought creatine wasn't a natural supplement. Well, Mr. Garcia, you got anything on that?
I know, I've heard of it. I know what it is. I never used it. So maybe someone else can answer that one.
Well, creatine is a natural occurring, but if it starts to show up in too high of levels, that usually indicates you got kidney failure, up on you. Me personally, I never used it in the dogs just because it's so fucking hot out here. Like any extra density to the muscle, man, and them motherfuckers will blow up like an old Ford, man. Just overheat, too hot, bro. So I stayed away from it all the time, man, because I used to take it when I was buffing out. I would get, good energy, good muscle growth and shit, but fucking I'd be hot than a motherfucker. Damn near like taking niacin, and that's just taking the regular dosage. So I figured I wouldn't even want to put that on my dog with the heat that we had out here. So I stayed away from it. But guys in cooler climates, they use it and know how to use it and get good results.
Oh yes, sir.
I know there's different grades of it too. There's different.
Yeah, they got an animal grade that's specifically for animals like dogs, horses, and shit. The dosage is right for them. But yeah, if you're giving them human creatine, like I wouldn't even try to give you no advice on that because I didn't use it for that. And I don't want you blaming me because your shit quit and it was really a mutt, but you gonna say all around fuck my shit up.
Yeah, that's interesting. What you think about that, Rasta man? You any experience with creatine in the keep?
I've taken it myself, and it's a good energy source. But I ain't never really focused on it. When I was running my dogs, I never really focused on it like that, but I'm sure, if you figure out a way to use it, you possibly can. Just based upon, it's so much stuff out here that can be used, and then like different climates, and different situations, you have to figure out what's going to be best for that area or where you at. Hey, if you want to try it, try it. If you don't like it, don't do it no more. But if you don't want to try it and you want to try something, that's the beauty of the game, man. It's experimenting to do what you see be fit and best. I'm done.
And I add on, if you do want to try it, try it on like what I call a show keep, not a practice keep, but like a show if you was going to a confirmation show and you was working a dog, and try it on the dog whose muscle development is the most flat, the most less. That way you can really see if it's working or not. And write down the dosage that you gave the dog and the weight of the dog, pay attention to all that shit. But like Arrowhead Kennel said, like I wouldn't use it, man. It's too many side effects that just a slightest amount of too much could, blow your whole 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I've never heard nobody using creatine on purpose for dogs. I mean, unless it's just some stuff I'm not educated on, because I know for sure creatine monohydrate, it's different forms of creatine, but creatine monohydrate it sucks water and nutrients into the muscle to make them bigger. And that's not something that you necessarily want when you're trying to make a certain weight.
Exactly. You don't want that dense, strong weightlifter muscle. That shit only going to be good for about 15, 20 minutes. And when the pizza delivered, the motherfucker going to start pouring it on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get this one there. Another question we got is there a difference when starting your program with a male versus a female? Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, definitely. The difference is the female, you know, that's the one that's producing the puppies. You know, you have a male, then you still got to get a female, or you're going outside your yard to breed him, and then maybe get something off of that. But a female, I consider a foundation. So when you're acquiring dogs, you know, whether it's, you know, if you're just getting one dog, me personally, I'd always get a female if I'm gonna breed. You know, like if I make a breeding with someone, or someone breeding my dog and I get something out of it, I want a female from it, right? In case she turns out, then I'm a breeder. Males, you know, they get bred a lot more, just because, you know, a female has to go through the heat cycle. They can only have so many pups and all that. So that's one of the reasons females are more important to me. But anytime you're starting a yard or continuing on with the yard, you can base it on one dog, male or female, but you're going to need several of them to keep going. So if you just start, let's say you want to be a breeder, if you starting out, I would get, you know, me personally, I got 2 females and a male. That's how I did. If you get 2 males and a female, you subsequently, you're going to breed that male to that, both males to that female. So however you want to do it, you know, you can do it, but there is a difference. The importance should be on the females, because there's the ones that are producing the pups, carrying the pups, you know, influencing the pups. That's why they're worth their weight in gold. Because, like I said, there's males are a dime a dozen, and according to research, a female is more likely to be a better producer than a male. It's 6 to 1, according to research. When you're talking about mammals, you know, whether they're work, whether they're sporting, you know, functional animals, that's generally the ratio, 6 to 1. So if you have 10 females, the chances are that 6 of them are going to be able to produce, where if you have 10 males, only 1 of them is going to be able to produce to the standard where you're talking about high level and superior animals and consistency and all that.
And that's
So
throughout
that's one
all
difference.
nature. Like all mammals
Pretty much.
experience that, because it's literally more female humans than it is male humans.
Right.
All the way down to the smallest mammal is going to be dominated by females. And I love it.
Yeah. 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 Wolves probably like it too, and lions. You know?
Hell yeah. Exactly. I'm a wolf and I love it.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that, Ram?
I gotta agree with OG, and I'll also add it's better to have the female, because you could find a real producing male and pay the stud fee, and now you keep everything. You got a yard right there. You know, you got a yard off a good producer and a bitch that you believe in. That's a great place to start a yard at, and just take it from there. You know, it's always better to, if you're gonna start racing, at least start racing in a Hemi, you know, and build it up from there. So start off fast and end up the fastest is what I'm getting to. Same with the dogs, man. Like you start off with a good bitch and you fucking find a male that's producing, pay the fucking stud fee. It's worth it. Like I don't do fucking pup deals with my bitches, but I do them with you on yours. I'm not an asshole like that or nothing. I just like to keep all of my litter, you know, if I'm making a breeding, because I didn't do a lot of breedings. And when I got off the field, I still didn't. I would only make breedings for specific reasons on what I expected to see out of the breeding. So it'll be 3, 4, sometimes 5 years before I would breed, you know, a bitch who I had set aside for brood.
Right.
But you could get way further, because again, you could keep the whole litter. It's nothing like having a whole litter of pups you could go through if you got the space, and you could raise them and see who's who, see who act like the parents, who act like the grandparents. This ugly motherfucker, he come from way back in the 8th, you know, but the motherfucker in the 8th that looked like him was goddamn art, you know.
Right.
So yeah. Exactly. Plus, shit, you a pit bull dog ass nigga. You run around fucking bitches all day. You're not fucking the good ones.
Rasta Man Boom, what's your take on that? Starting
Well,
you
see,
out, male or female?
well, this is where we have to understand why it's important to treat women on the highest level of respect, because without them, there's no more babies. So if you're gonna start a yard and you want to get quality animals, then you get you some quality females, breed to a quality male. If you got 5 females and you breed each one of them to a quality male, then that means you're gonna have 5 litters, and your chances of getting a quality dogs is gonna be high, because now you got, let's say if the average of what, 8 puppies, now you got 40 puppies. You know, all you gotta do is be patient, and you know, then you see where you're going. So everything my brothers have said, I back it, and I'm just adding that, you know, you young fellows and the old ones, middle age, whatever, is this is how important women are to us. We got to respect our women, man. Can't be beating them up and dogging them out and all that old crazy shit. The same thing we do with our female pit bulls, how we love them and nurture them and doctor on them and rub them and all that. We got to do our women the same way, man. That's why they so hardened and mad at the brothers. You ain't shit, you know, or they want to be with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get them back into that spirit of understand that's who we are. We there for them to rub them and love them and hug them and doctor on them and all that, whatever. We be Dr. Love and all that. Right?
Rusty man preaching that Mr. Lover man. Shabba.
And I would also add that I don't mind a little muff bumping every now and again. So, you know, if you do get mad and go that way, just let me watch.
Well, I don't want to watch. Just let me hit both of them.
Well, of course, the watch is just how I sneak in. That's my stick to tip in.
That's how everybody sneak in around.
Yeah,
I just want to watch.
Next thing you know, I'm in there with no drawers on, my dick out.
Hey, so he said, let's dance, let's shout, let's sing what it's all about.
Hell yeah, and just let them warm up the engine, get the tires hot and sticky, and I just come in and make the pass.
I said, my name is Swinging.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That played right into it. Shout out to Bobby Love, known as Dr. Love. He's an old
Bobby Love. All right, my brother. Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm the Superman lover, though, from the planet Clickton.
Hey, I'm the Rastaman lover. Jamaican style.
From the land of love.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think I agree with y'all 100%. I think you got so many more options dealing with a female, because if you got a female that's bred how you like her, she act how you like, you know, she acting right. You got so many options. You got the benefit of sitting back, watching everybody else do the work, watching all these studs, you know, go out here and do the work, and you can breed to any proven producers you want to, or you know what I'm saying? You can go any direction you want to go in. You know what I'm saying? You got that benefit with a female. With a male, you gotta hope he turn out, and then you gotta go and find a female that, you know, you hope she turn out, and then hope that the male producing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit. So yeah, the female, yeah, that's the way to go. You know, if you're gonna do it. I just like male dogs as pets more. They seem to be more they seem to be more eager to please.
Yeah, you could kind of get a little bit more camaraderie early with the males. The bitches, right. You gotta earn their trust like in real life.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. They funny style acting and shit.
But that's a good thing, because see, we want to make sure that as well as they check us, we standing firm. See, yeah, because you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Lady Stone was everything that I wanted and more. And some of the other bitches I had, some of them Jeep bitches, you know what I mean? That wasn't just her, it was a whole lot of them that I had. And my thing is, man, we just gotta put our thoughts back in that order, how important the woman is. You know what I mean? Without the female, it's nothing. It's nothing.
That's it.
And that's such an easy fix, because all we got to do is just put ourselves back in nature. We look at nature and picture it as outside in the wild, like we're a part of nature too. We feel governed by those laws.
Man, Maximum, tell him, man, tell him.
Oh, well, you know, I am pretty smart too, but yeah, we governed by those laws, man. The first law of nature, self-preservation. Second law, use it or lose it. All those laws apply to everything on this fucking planet, but we somehow forgot that we a part of that too. Once we get back to that, though, man, it's easy peasy. But it's gonna be harder for you lame dick motherfuckers who ain't doing shit. So you might want to get up on it. Why it's still fucking bullshit.
Well, you know, this is the world got all fucked up, man. The world got fucked up, bro.
That's what happens when you get drunk, Ram. That's why I don't be drinking.
There's so many whining ass, crying ass dudes out here now. It really is, man. Like, it's just men ain't men no more. There's so many crying ass. If I see another video of a man whining about these girls, they got OnlyFans pages. These girls are doing this and that. Like, why do you care? That's not, you're not fucking her. Why do you care?
Man, bro, I seen a nigga call and complain to his mama that he couldn't take his tire off. He ain't know how to change his tire. I wanted to kick him in his balls so bad because he was a bitch, but I had my kids with me, man. I ain't want to put no demo down in front of him. I was like, bro, how you fucking grown? You in your 20s, you can't change a tire, nigga? Like,
yeah, you can literally look on YouTube and learn how to make a tire, change a tire.
I'll fucking kick you in your back. 100-yard field goal attempt, kick you in your balls, you pussy.
I'll do you one better. Angie can change a tire. Okay,
bro, all old school women can. All old school men
she can do plumbing. You know, some woodwork.
And I bet money on her in a fight, in a one-on-one fight. I bet you she could fight.
Yeah, she can. 5 foot tall, feisty as hell. Yeah, she fought with me. She fought alongside me one time. You know.
They're fucking in there with the pack out, jump a motherfucker. Yeah. That's how your girl's supposed to be, though. Shit, if I'm fighting, you fight too. Shit. We'll make it a flawless victory. It's a guaranteed W. And what you gonna say? My wife jumped on you too. That's why you lost. Oh, you a pussy did. You know. But no, my wife was really fucking you up. Hit you in the head with a locky to socket shit.
What's up, La La D? I see you in the building. What's up, my brother? I am Trill Will, successful convicts, provocative bully. Salute to everybody in the building. The homie Main Event Mark. Salute to everybody here. Dirty Glove Kennels. Brandon Bay. I'm sorry, but I thought you were somebody else. This is Brandon in the super chat showing love. Appreciate the love. He says, "How old is too old for a bitch first litter?" Let's start with you on that, roster man. What you think? How old is too old?
Okay, I've always felt, you know, I'm just old fashioned, you know. Now I'm talking about old fashioned in my thoughts, because everybody's thoughts ain't the same. I always thought, you know, you let them get 2, 2.5, 3 years old. You know what I mean? That's what I always thought. But I have ran into some people, you know, years ago, and they were saying that they was breeding them young, you know, like 15, 16 months old. And to me, when you breed a female that young, she ain't quite developed, you know, to me. Now, maybe I might be wrong, but I just think, you know, when you're watching them and you watch the character, they still acting a little like puppyish, you know.
Right.
But when they get 2.5, 3, you know, then they start acting like women, you know what I mean, a little more matured and all that. But, you know, hey, now you can look at it another way. Okay, I got one, she 12 months old, and I got this old male, he about to die, but I want to make this breeding. Shit, you know, you might have to go for it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you should. All I'm saying, you know, I mean, if it was a situation like that with me, I'd probably go ahead and try to go for it. You know what I mean? But it just depends on your situation. But anywhere for me, I'm thinking 2.5, 3 years old. That's good.
That's the good time to first start the litter. But how old is too old?
Yeah, first breed them. Yeah. Because when they like 12, 13, 14, they still young. They're young, you know. And
Right, but how old is too old for the first litter? Like, do you think it's like
too old?
Yeah, too old.
Well, I mean, if one is 9 or 10, I tell you what, I had Lady Stone grandmother, and she was about 10 years old, and I bred her, but I ain't got no damn puppies. But I tried to breed her.
Right.
I tried to breed her, and then I bred her mama. I bred her mama to Whitley's Ike, and she ain't throw no damn puppies. And then I bred Lady Stone to Whitley. I mean Ike, and I got puppies off there. But you know, and at the time, Mr. Whitley didn't think Ike was going to throw any puppies because he had them bred him several times before that. But we bred him the Lady Stone, and we got pups out of it. So it just, you know, they could be. I mean, it's just up to the individual. If she come in heat and you can stick her, I mean, it's worth a try. You know, like I said, I bred Lady Stone grandmother. She was 10, and we bred her. And then, you know, she didn't have no pups, but she went through the whole motion, titties, swole, everything.
Right.
Man, I'm just thinking I'm going to get some pups out this one. Man, ain't no puppy come off there. And then I bred her to Ike, meant to say the daughter, which was Lady Stone mama, Ginger. And, you know, she didn't have no puppies. So I was like, damn, I said, well, shit, I'm gonna breed Stone to him. So I bred her to him, and I got puppies. So I don't know. I don't think it's no end date unless you got a female. She's so run down that she can't have walk and all that. You know, then I wouldn't put her through that. But both of these female, Lady Stone mother and the grandmother, man, they was in good health. Butch took care of them dogs, man. I mean, man, them dogs, man. I mean, you know, when they were old, they still looked good. They didn't look old and run down. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you can move on.
How you feel, Mr. Garcia? How you feel about how old is too old for the bitch first litter?
Well, I'll say this. In the past, most people, they didn't breed male or female till their career was done. So conceivably, some of them ain't getting bred till they're 5, maybe 6 years old, you know. But like Rossman said, if they're healthy, they ain't run down, they don't have health issues, whether it's a skin problem or anything else, then, you know, that's not too old, you know. My thing is when they start getting up there in age, then you have other factors that affect them. They do have health issues, you know. And if it's their first time when they're older, that's better than if they had been bred throughout their life, because they're not so run down, you know. They're not so tore up just from having the pups, going through the gestation and, you know, whelping them and all that stuff. So, you know, when with my females, when they started getting up 7, 8, 9 like that, you know, it all depended too on the female and how her last litter looked like that, you know. And a lot of the stuff I followed was, like Ram said earlier, nature, you know. My grandma stopped having kids, you know, at a certain age. Old females in the wild stopped having them at a certain age. So that's kind of was my measure. But if it's their first time, it's not so bad. Like I said, if you've been breeding them a lot when they were younger, I mean, that they still fresh, they still healthy, whether they 5, 6, 7 years old, you know, there's no reason why they can't have a healthy litter, because they're not worn down and they've been taken care of, you know. So that's how I look at it.
Yes, sir.
I think it was dictated by, you know, their career in the past. Because if they had that mindset, I ain't breeding them till they're done, then some of them, yeah, they, you know, if they was a champion, even a grand champion, you know, and some of them get bred in between those wins and all that, you know, but a lot of people were just against it. So some of them, a lot of them didn't get bred till they were 5 years old. First time. Had good pups, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Ram, what's your take on that?
I bet I cream pie that thick ass Instagram granny that be twerking shit and get pregnant. So it ain't too old if your body good. I fucking hit it. The dog still hit it too. But I would wait though, just me personally, because I would like to thoroughly check my bitches out. Even though I didn't match a lot of my bitches, I used them for a brood. I put a lot of stock in them. So when I was done thoroughly check them, like I said, sometimes they might be 4 or 5 years old, sometimes 6. But I've also seen bitches with a whole lot of miles on them still throw you 2, sometimes 3 pups at 13 years old. So that's where I get my granny analogy from. Like, them old bitches still be ovulating, pussy still pop, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Salute to the homie. Cano Loco Sports. What's happening with the family? Appreciate the love in the super chat.
Ashy Loco, that's the homie. What up, Soul Power? I see you, bro.
John Kramer in the super chat with that Giannis 50-piece chicken nugget.
Salute, John. That's the homie, too. He always staying solid.
He said
John,
salute.
Good people. Good people. Salute, John.
Salute to the dog, man. 78. Schoolboy Ram. Bach Roster Man. Boom. Salute, homie. Appreciate the love, family. Thank you for coming through, showing love.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Oh, that's what we should have had up here. Drunk, OG Bach. It is super be lit. We fuck around, start a bar fight online.
Bach will start some shit. Let me see. I don't think Bach drink though, do we? Meredith Campbell in the super chat.
I don't drink. That's what make it even better. Shit.
Now I'm always drunk. Salute to my brother Meredith Campbell in the super chat. Appreciate the love, homie. Says salute, fellas. Quick question. I spoke with Ram about feeding deer to my dogs, but what about wild hog as well? Man, ain't nothing wrong with feeding wild hog to them dogs. Well, let me ask the experts.
Do they have to be in season like how rabbits? I don't know. I only hunted wild hogs. We didn't never eat them, though.
Man, if them motherfuckers is on my land, I'm killing them and eating them. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah, they look like some good bacon on the side.
Man, that shit, bro, I'd ate that shit.
Well, that's really organic. You feel me? Organic bacon. So yeah, it might be. I don't know if they got a worm issue though, like how some rabbits be having. So you gotta wait till it get cold and shit. I don't know, bro. I'm a city nigga with country ways.
I wouldn't feed the skin or the fat off a wild hog. That's the only thing. But it's good meat. I've been on hunts with them, you know. When I used to go on hunts, you know, I wasn't a hunter, I was a helper. I never called myself a hunter. And they, you know, we didn't cross lines. They never called themselves dogmen like us, you know. And we had a good, healthy relationship, good, friendly relationship. I respected what they did. They respected what I did. But that's one thing they told me, you know, don't eat the skin or the fat that's attached to the skin. You know, when you cut the cape,
right,
and, you know, skin them. That's the only thing. Other than that, it's leaner generally than a domestic hog,
right?
And it's good. It's a little stronger, a little tastier. You know, some people don't like to feed pork, know how. You know, but hell, if your dog's used to it and it's available and it's cheap, there ain't no reason. You know, it's a source of protein and some fat.
It's crazy how a game hog would be delicious, but a game bird tastes like ass.
Yeah, you can't eat them.
Yeah, the game hogs, they got gamey taste to them too. It's
a
little different. It's a little different. Even if you used to eating steaks that's from farm raised cattle, and then you switch over to bison or some shit, you're gonna taste a slight difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's different. Yeah. Yeah, bison don't have that much fat, and it's a different taste, you know. And them game chickens, they so hard and so tough. Man, you have to boil that thing for 5 hours before it gets soft. You know.
Y'all got bison out there, OG and 7-8?
Yeah, we got bison. We got bison farm out here. I go get my meat. I don't feed it to my dogs because it's too expensive. I eat that shit my damn self. You know what I'm saying? But we got bison farms and shit out here, and I go get meat from up there, and then I just get my dogs the kibble and some fucking chicken, because chicken is real cheap out here. We get like I told y'all, 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters. We can get that shit for like anywhere from $4 to $6 out here.
Yeah, that's love. How much for a pound of your Swedish Chiba bison? I cash after you the bread. I want to try that shit,
Oh,
nigga.
yeah. Let me know. I'll send you some, bro. You ain't got to pay for that. I'll send you some.
Hell yeah, I want to try that. We ain't got none of them out here, and I like land animals.
I just made some bison burgers the other day.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna make. A big ass double bison burger with cheese.
Yeah.
A couple slices of wild hog bacon on it.
Yes,
Yeah, me and Angie almost got chased by a bull bison because he was with 2 cows that was pregnant, you know, and he was looking at us kind of funny. We got the hell out of there, man.
Yeah, fuck all of that. I'd rather fight a dump truck.
Yeah. And if you see them in real life, they they look big on TV, but in real life they look like King Kong, man. They big ass animals. You know?
Yeah,
what?
some big ass motherfuckers there.
Yeah,
What you think they weigh about 3,000 pounds?
2.5 like that, but they're about big one's about, or maybe that's average. I don't know. They're about 6 feet to the shoulder.
That's like
Damn.
fucking
6 feet tall.
big. My Challenger. You got a better chance going outside and fighting my race car.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat asked, "Is the meat tough?" No, not no. It's just not to me. It's just like beef. Regular beef is just not. It's fatty.
Yeah.
It's a regular beef.
You don't.
Got a little more fat in it.
No, it's less fat. It's more
less
lean.
fat, but it's don't. You don't cook it well done because it'll taste like leather.
Right. That's the thing. You can't cook that shit well done.
Taste like leather. It'd be like leather. It's real hard.
It's turning the beef jerky real quick.
Yeah, it don't have a lot of fat on it. So you want it, medium rare like
Chuck
that.
Taylor.
Yeah, if you eat that shit, you gotta be you gotta cook that shit like medium rare. Like you can't cook that shit like well
low and slow.
Shit. No, some people be scared of blood. You can't be like that, bro, because that shit gonna be nasty. Eating that shit dry as hell.
Yeah.
Like some people don't know how to cook turkey burgers and shit. They be shit be dry as a motherfucker, like a potato chip.
Oh yeah, I got the secret for that though. I tell y'all when we get off. That's why I say I tell y'all when we get off. I don't want nobody eating like me unless you're the homie. Other than that, eat them dry ass burgers.
Hey, Rasta Man Boom, what's your take on that question? He's about feeding deer meat to the dogs. Said, but what about wild hog meat?
There again, like nature offer a whole lot of things, and I've been places and they eat gator,
Yeah,
and they eat big frog. They down there around New Orleans and Mississippi and Alabama. They eat what's that big wash rat? The big rat. You know what I'm talking about?
6'9".
The muskrats.
Yeah, muskrats.
No, 6'9".
They call it 6'9".
Yep. Takashi 6'9". Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's like a delicacy, So it's like the nature offer a lot, and people in different areas feed different things. If you choose to feed the hog meat, just make sure you feed it in a way where it don't be harmful to your animal. And I ain't never fed no hog meat. Now the deer meat, that's a good lean meat to feed dogs. You know what I mean? During the winter, I got a friend of mine. They this place where they process, cutting them up and all that, and he gets bags, man. I mean, bags of, all the leftover stuff. And shoot, man, we just give it to the dogs, man. They eat it up during the winter. You know what I mean? They just eat it up, man. So, it's each into his own, whatever they choose. You know what I mean? And
yes, sir.
With game don't have a lot of fat to it. It's lean, so you have to add fat to it. That's the only difference.
Yeah, because them hoes be running for their life all day.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you're worried about worms or bacteria or anything like that, you can freeze it first for a couple of weeks, you know, and that should kill it. And if you cooking it, you know, as long as you get it up to like 160 degrees, you know, then it can be rare inside. It's the outside blood where you get the bacteria.
So what's the rule with rabbits? Because we used to do a lot of jackrabbit hunting when I was little in the spring and summer, but we could never eat them until it got cold.
Yeah, the back in the day, the cottontails were okay to eat, but we didn't eat the jackrabbit because they're full of worms. That's what we learned, you know. And then they tough anyways, you know. They ain't got no fat on. So we didn't eat the jackrabbits, but the cottontails we did. And it could be just their diet. Their diet's maybe a little different. Why the jackrabbits are wormy or whatever it is, I don't know. But you know, it just we didn't eat the jackrabbits. But I don't know. Same thing. You could freeze it, cook it. I think I put a post up too. I think that's the problem with a lot of the commercial kibbles, right? I did a little research. And most of them only cook them up to 90 degrees. That's where you have a problem, because that don't kill all the bacteria. That don't kill salmonella or E. coli or some of the bacterias in them. That's the problem. They have to be cooked up to at least 160 degrees.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to have a problem. And I think that process is why we have these recalls and these dogs dying from catching shit, whether it's that corn silk.
And that's another thing, Mr.
bacteria, you know. Yeah.
People say stuff like, only feed your dogs raw. Only feed them raw. You know, I had people trying to clown me because I cook. Sometimes I cook certain food for my dogs, right, and put the meat in it for them. I like to spoil my dogs. Get out of my business. People be like, "Oh, give them raw. You're taking the nutrition out." Listen, man. One thing I ain't got to worry about is worms and all that other shit. When I want to spoil my dogs, I take some ribs, put them jokers in the grill, and the dogs be smelling it. They be all happy and shit, like, oh shit. They thinking I'm finna eat it for myself. I let it cool off, give it to them. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Next motherfucker got something to say, just tell them duck fat, bitch. This motherfucker see this dog's duck fat. Man, I didn't even know they had a such thing as pure duck fat.
Man,
but I seen this dog
my dog, all that shit, man.
Duck is supposed to be one of the best, you know, protein and fat sources for canine.
Yeah, but he got like pure duck fat from like the golden goose, you know.
Yeah, I get that shit from certain locations at little spots I go to. They got like duck fat. They got pure beef fat, pure different.
Yeah, motherfucker ain't feeding. Whoever say that, if they ain't feeding they shit duck fat, they can eat a dick meat sandwich, bro.
Man,
see, and the argument or the controversy is, like you said, the nutrients, right? They say it gets rid of all the nutrients. That ain't true.
Right.
Cooking meat does virtually nothing to the protein content.
Absolutely.
The nutrients that it does affect are like vitamin A or D, like that, and that's in the runoff of the food. But it's like anything else, you know, when you concentrate something by cooking it or however you do it, you know, you get more of a pure, whether it's dope or whether it's food or whatever, you getting a more pure food.
Well, yeah, because you're making the molecules expand, so the lighter, less useful molecules is going to evaporate into the air, and you're going to be left with that blue magic.
If I take some pork or a roast or whatever the fuck I feel like cooking for my dogs, only thing I don't do is I don't put no seasoning on it, right?
Right.
So I cook the shit, and then you got this big ass pan full of all this juices and fat and meat. I take that meat, chop it up for the dogs. I take that fat, pour it in there for them. They eat all that shit. It's good shit.
So what are you losing? You ain't losing much. And like I said, with the protein, why we give them meat, you know, it don't do nothing to it. That you can look up. Anybody can look it up. And when it's cooking, all that evaporation is moisture. That's all it is. It's not, you know, the nutrients don't go up in the air like that. And if that was true, we'd all be fucking dead. We would get no nutrients from any of the food we eat.
Yeah, the nutrients is in the meat. like how
Yeah.
it be in the soil.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
And
know,
you don't. I mean, if you overcook it, I mean, if you boil the shit out of it for a long time, or you cook it till it's well done, yeah, that's not good. But that's not good for nobody.
yeah,
You
I
know.
mean, you could fuck noodles up doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
you know, Ram, I like my noodles overdone a little bit though.
Yeah.
Them
I like
ramen,
mine a little undercooked firm, so I could, you know,
Got
finish
that bite
putting my
to it.
little spread in there and then just
Yeah.
smash them and they be
I like
perfect.
my noodles to swell up and shit. Get that suck up all that water and shit. And
Yeah.
you feel
Hey,
like
Yeah.
on
you
some
got
high
heavier noodles.
shit, try some noodles with some refried beans in them. Shit smacking.
Come on, man. Who you
Yeah.
talking to, man? I've been
Oh,
there.
oh, I forgot you a fellow fat guy too.
That's
So
right.
yeah,
That's right. Yes, sir. We do that.
fellow fat guys unite.
Absolutely.
We be
You know, and
grubby.
at the same time, there ain't nothing wrong with feeding raw if you want to feed raw, but you have to follow procedures too. Like I said, you got to freeze it for a certain amount of
Well,
time.
that and there's
There,
other
there,
shit
there.
you gotta add to it too, because it doesn't
Yeah.
have all the essential
No,
nutrients and minerals
no,
that your
no.
dog need, especially a sporting dog. So
Yeah. You
you
got
would
to
have
have
to add a
balance, you
green
know?
vegetable, some type of carbohydrate
Yep.
in a potato form. You pick
Yep.
shit like
Man,
that.
look here, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. In the wintertime, I hear when they get below zero and shit, my dogs is outside. Now they in the a shelter, so they ain't getting hit with the snow and elements, but it's still cold as shit. You know, so I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is tried and tested. I saw my grandfather do this. So I don't care what nobody else. Oh, you can't do that. I take kibble. I give them their kibble scoops for all their carbohydrates and nutrients and shit, and I give them extra meat and fat that I cook or that I prepare for them. Oh, you can't do that. You can't mix kibble with the raw. You can't mix kibble with meat. And man, shut up, bro. That's like
That
telling
shit
me
dumb as hell, bro. Like in the
that's what
wild, the wolf will eat the meat and the bone.
bro.
He'll
Yeah.
digest the meat first and then the bone second, right?
If I wake up in the morning and instead of pancakes, I want a cheeseburger, who the fuck gonna tell me no?
Yeah.
I can eat a fucking cheeseburger
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
the fuck I want. I can eat pancakes in the middle of the night. Fuck
Yeah.
That's
you.
what I
Who
did. Woke
tell me?
up at 1 o'clock and made a stack of pancakes while all the kids were asleep.
Yeah, how many times
Didn't
somebody
even share
got
them.
up? How many times you done got up in the middle of the night and said, "Man, I want some Frosted Flakes," ate some
Yeah.
cereal? Who
Yeah.
cares? How somebody gonna
But
tell you
then
what?
before we got on, I ate some Frosted Flakes. What you mean?
All right, let me get to this next question here. We got, historically speaking, pound for pound, what weight class had the better dogs? Woo, it's a good question. Rasta Man Boom, what's your take on that?
What weight class has
The better dogs, historically speaking.
Like if they was in weight classes like humans for boxing.
Okay. Well, let me say this. There are multiple weight classes, and there have been multiple great dogs in all those classes. So to say one class is better than the other, for me, I think it would be hard to say, because anytime you get something great, regardless of what weight it is, it's great, you know. But you know, now you say more popular weights, you might say between 30 and 45. Those weights kind of popular, you know. Back in the day, you could easily find something like that. You know, it wasn't hard. Them weights you can get covered. But yeah, I just think every weight class has been great. You know, with some outstanding dogs in it. And so to say what weight class better than all, I think it's no one, but I just think all of them been great.
Well, he basically saying, from your opinion, in your day, what weight divisions would you say? What weights had the better dogs? Like, you know.
Oh, doing that job. Okay, well, if we talking about a certain period in a popular weight, the dogs
And
would
to make it easier, let's say low 30s to high 30s. That's two different weights, and from the 40s, 50s, and so on. We ain't gonna
Yeah.
do mid. We gonna go
Yeah,
low
yeah.
and high.
We talking like 10-pound swings. We ain't talking about
Yeah. Like no
32
fucking
pounds, 34
33 to
pounds.
34 and then 35, 36
Dogs
is on
between
division. No.
dogs between 30 and 40 pounds, dogs between 40 and 50 pounds, so on and so forth.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, there was a lot of great ones in between those weights that you've asked that you just mentioned. What was popular? I say let's see, 34 to 35, and then you had the 41 40 to 44. That was popular. Then you had that era when Zink and them was out there. They was what, 46, I believe. 46, 40, no 40, I think 48, 49, or something like that. Yeah, 48, 49, somewhere along in there. And then Wrangler, Wrangler was what, 47, 47, 48. In there. Go with ZEBO, one of my favorites, and I know people probably tired of hearing me saying, but he ZEBO was able to go up or his weight or a motherfucker bigger than him. It didn't matter. He still get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you had you had Tyrone out there doing his thing. Joy was doing his thing. Look at it. Let's see who else. Schoolboy was doing this thing. Ram was doing this thing. I mean, you had some good
I
guys.
appreciate that, OG, but I was a little bit after y'all, man. Much as I would want to fucking be in there with y'all in that same time frame, I'm gonna respect the game, and I appreciate that. But y'all had way motherfucking more shit popping than I did when y'all was out there. I wish I could have been back there with y'all.
It's all good, bro. Cause whether you
yeah,
was back,
I'll come up under y'all after y'all.
Well, I sold John P. Colby his first dog.
Nah, damn, you a motherfucking vampire, huh? Some of them gas house dogs then. Shit.
People.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, OG. I get what you're saying, but yeah. Come motherfucker. Oh, Ram, you been there. You wasn't even old enough to be.
Right.
I know.
But look, it's the beauty of that, though. Okay, you have the ones that were before us. Okay, and then here we came along, but they paid homage to us, giving us the respect to move along. You understand? So
exactly.
It's the same thing. See, each one reach one, teach one. We have, we have to give it up to the brothers, whether young, old, slow, mentally ill or disabled, whatever the case may be. We still gotta pass that on and make sure they understand how good it is for them to be in that position to represent what we all love.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't care if you was there with us or you 20 years behind us. I'm still putting you right there in the same class because that's what it's all about. See,
I feel that. Thank you. Everybody else listening, I'm stamped by OG Boom. Fuck with me. OG Schoolboy certified. OG Boom stamped it. And I'm in there now. Bitch, scoot over.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Schoolboy, let Schoolboy finish on that one. Go ahead, Schoolboy.
Yeah, all what Boone said. There's, the size of the dog has changed a little bit, throughout the years. Speaking like way in the past 1800s, they were matching dogs as small as 11 pounds. 15 pounds was not uncommon, but they still had some big dogs, even Tudor, Sadler's Rebel, Tudor's Black Demon. He was a 58. Colby's Pincher and Kager and all them big dogs, So the size of the breed varies, say and later on, it probably was around 30 to 60 pounds, that's the standard, somewhere around there. But that being said, for males, there were probably more and maybe it's just my area, but I followed every area, you know, and you still have that variation, but males, I would say, you know, in the high 30s, low 40s, and females a few pounds under that, you know. Like for instance, at one time I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I had four dogs, all related, from 37 to 39 pounds, you know, in that range. I could have used any one of them for any, you know, like that. And the biggest, you know, Big Red was big. He was a 54, but I never got big dogs out of him. You know, the breed tends to breed true to the average. So, you know, if you have big dogs like alligator dogs, a lot of them came out big. Some of the Bully Son dogs came out big because they were big. Him and Eli Jr. and Brandy, Mayday, you know. But even that, depending on how you breed them, they come down in size, you know. But I would say, like I said, you know, high 30s to low 40s for males, and the females, you know, maybe 35, 39, like that, you know. The if you want to put it over a 10-pound range, you know, just my preference, I like females from 30 to 40 pounds. I didn't like them too much bigger than that. And males from 34, 35 to 45 pounds. You know, you get some 47 like this and that. But just as a range, if you follow the history of breeding, read the matches and all that, there's all discrepancies. But if you follow them, I mean, if you just name famous dogs, let's say famous dogs that I've seen, like 2 champion ninjas and you know, champion alien and champion bullshit and grand champion badger and you know, grand champion Daisy May and you know, Black Daisy and you know, all these different dogs. You know, the males I mentioned, they were, smallest one was 34. All the other ones were around 38, 39 pounds, you know, like that. You know, Ross Ninja was a 39. Even mine, Mr. Rowdy, Clayton Blood, Howler, BJ, they were the ones that were that 37 to 39, you know. So I would, that's kind of what I'd say, you know. There's a you know, there's a range, but it just seemed like those weights, you know, high 30, low 40s, low 30s, mid, you know, to high 30s for the females, like that.
Right. What you say, Ram?
I gotta agree with both the OGs, and I say the size varies on the era in time where you at. Like when I got my first dog, the dogs were a little more terrier phenotype, like a little smaller, quicker, faster twitch muscles. But when I got serious in the game in 2003, like, you know, we went into Yantas. He was a big fucking dog. And we had big, like the dogs were getting bigger and still retaining the good shit. So whatever the fucking, the average is of the time frame you in, I would say, bro. Because Yantas beat 5 dogs, and I don't remember if we did him at 50 or 55, but he beat 5 motherfuckers at that weight.
Yeah, 50 around there, I think. Yeah.
And I would say, even though we the only ones scratched back to him, the mother dogs wasn't curs except the 2 I had seen before I went into him. You know, one of them was he could have been it, but Yantas was biting so hard, like, most motherfuckers would have quit. I don't know. Plus, he got picked up. But the second one, yeah, that motherfucker was like, no, you run back over there and fight that hard biting motherfucker. But these was like good sizable dogs. So what you say the weight was, OG? You might remember.
I think it was 50.
Yeah. So that's 5 dogs at 50 pounds. And mind you, like how we did our key, Red Jack was 62 on the chain. We brought him down to fit. Like we did all our dogs like that. So we could have technically took champion old dog or buckshot and put them on Yantas as well, because they were just as big, but not as big. Anybody else would have did him at those weights type shit. You know, he was just man moment machine and crazy enough to fucking try to fucking rail down keeping and got good and perfected it to our standards, you know, to where we was able to get away with that, bringing that big motherfucker down that fucking floor, and he's still strong as shit, you know. So I honestly believe that whatever time it is and the game is cracking and you in there, if the dog's is average size, that's gonna be it. If the dog's is bigger or under average size, then that's gonna be it. That's the beauty of the game. We get that ebb and flow. It go up and down, so you don't never fucking miss out on variety. You get the spice of life in these dogs, man. If you're really looking and really doing what you're supposed to do with them, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the bulldogs, man. That they come in such a vast variety of sizes because of.
Not to cut you off, bro. Is that Bach? I got my drunk eyes on. Hell yeah! Salute.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt the flow. What's up to everybody in the panel? What's up to everybody in the panel in the chat room?
Yeah,
yes,
Ram interrupted my pristine interest for you.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna give you a good entrance. Let me act like it never happened.
All right, we want to take drunk Ram back. I didn't see him. I still got the drunk eyes on. Who is that up here with us? I don't know.
Take two, guys. Yeah, I think that dogs. The beauty of the bulldogs is that you can have, because of the way they were created, you can have the terrier phenotype or the bulldog phenotype, and they can come in such a variety. But with that said, the legendary Bakri, only in American Kennels, has entered the building. What's up, brother?
Much love to everybody. Sorry I got here late as hell, but technical difficulties.
Oh, yes sir. Yes, brother Bach, let's get that question to you. Let's get you right into the smoke, man.
Hold on a minute, Kat. I got to tell Bob something. I got to get this off my chest right quick. Can I do that right quick?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Only in America, One Love Production, Barker Free.
Bruce
the
Rock.
biggest, the baddest, the mean mofolo down round town.
God damn. Lord. God damn. Boy, y'all have forgot the goddamn time. Much love.
Ain't no bark like bark.
Brother Shaft. All right.
Hey,
he's a bad motherfucker.
Much love. Okay.
Doc, let me ask you the question. They just got done answering.
Okay.
And historically speaking, in your day, what would you say the best weight classes were? Where you saw the best dogs as far as weights?
Wow, I would say mid 45s to the early. I mean, to like the early 30s. You know. And that weight class is where I've seen the best dogs.
Right.
Yep.
And females?
Females, I would have to say around anywhere from 30 to 37, 38.
All right.
What did y'all come up with? What did y'all come up with?
I'm pretty much the same, like that. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Most of them were around that age, you know. Males, I said males, you know, most of them high 30s, low 40s.
Right.
Females, you know, 30 to a couple of pounds under males, you know, 30, 35, 36, 37, like that, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? Because like before the Mayday stuff and all that stuff came out, I didn't see a whole lot of big dogs. You know what I'm saying? It was, they were even the REDBOY JOCKO dogs then weren't that big. So
yes, they were.
No, not just the ones I saw, not the ones I saw.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they but I'm just saying, and when I was looking at it wasn't it wasn't like the Mayday stuff that I see that, you know, like they can get up in the 50s. And
see, out here we always had big shit. Like them Sorrel dogs used to get big.
Right.
Bobby Smith had big dogs out. TL Williams, they would have some big motherfuckers. Like, so it could be, you know, they grow into their environment too. So it could be.
When I was a kid, the biggest, my grandfather, his yard, the biggest dog on the yard was like 50 pounds. But when I saw back in them days, I used to see Eli dogs that was big as a bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
Big old, tall, Great Dane looking motherfucking dog.
Yeah.
See,
but as far as like Bach was saying, as far as competition, it's kind of like almost like boxing, and I used to refer it to like this, you know. The heavyweights, there's not a lot of good heavyweights. you know.
Right.
But when
Right.
you see good quality heavyweight, it is the best fight there is, you know. It just there wasn't a lot of them, you know, and that could be like Ram was saying, you know, the era, different era, you know, and
or different area.
yeah,
Because,
different
you know,
area,
dogs,
or you know, and the bloodline too, you know, like I
yeah,
said, the
yeah,
bully son dogs,
yeah, yeah.
alligator dogs, Mayday dogs, they're big. A lot of them are big,
And
you know.
Buster Queenie dogs, the ZEBO dogs,
There
you
you
know.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that, like
And
that.
then you gotta think about it too, OGs. Some dog men had a stereotype in their head. They didn't want a big dog on the yard, so they never gave him a chance. They got rid of him. They
That's
got
right.
rid of him.
Yeah.
As soon
Yeah.
so they send this
That-
dog to somebody else. He might be 60 pounds, but he a monster.
Yeah.
They get rid of him as soon as they see how big he is.
And here's something somebody told me too, which I had never thought, it never would have come in my head. But a lot of guys that are big, you know, 6 foot plus and 200 whatever pounds, they don't like the little dog, you know, because you got to bend over too far and they're too, you know, it's on your back. They like the bigger dog because they're easier to handle for them, you know. I had a couple of friends, you know, big motherfuckers, and that's what they would tell me. I don't like them little dogs, man. They're too close to the ground, you know, hurt my back. I prefer the, you know,
ripping them out a hole and shit.
yeah, 50, you know, 50, 60 pounds like that, because they're closer to them. They just snatch them up real easy.
I seen the 72-pound female. There was an Eli dog, supposedly pure. I don't know how. I mean, I just know what they told me.
That was true. Cause my pup, I got him off my Eli shit. His auntie was big like that, and his grandma was big like that.
That bitch was big as a motherfucker, bro, and she was about the business. But the guy didn't want her because he couldn't. In them days, he said, "Look, I can't find nobody that want to go into nothing this big." You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get rid of her. So he sold her to one of my uncles. This bitch was a fucking monster. But I'm like, but he wasn't lying though. It was hard for him to get some comp. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up being a one-timer. But she was a monster. That was a savage bitch there. She eat everything.
You see what Live Life Real said? Mountain Man's Jake was 75 on the chain, and he bred to him, you know. A big fucking dog, man.
Yes,
Dr. Raya asked a question here. Did you see
I'm
that?
gonna read that. I'm gonna read it now. Salute to my brother Zachariah 23 in the super chat. Appreciate the love and support, family. He says salute. When breeding and only keeping 2 or 3, is it better to raise them as long as you can, 4 to 5 months, versus choosing early and getting rid of the rest at 8 weeks? Or does it make no difference? Well, brothers,
go ahead, Bach. You came in late. Go ahead, Bach.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Bach.
Okay.
In a perfect world, I would love to keep all of them. And if it was up to me, I wouldn't sell nothing until they was 3 years old. But you know, it ain't a perfect world. Brother Bach, what's your take on that, sir?
Well, with me, I normally like to give them away to the people that I deal with in my circle, because when you got 2, then it versus how many is in the litter. Now, if it's only 3, 4 in the litter, I can handle that. You know what I mean? To give them a lot of the time that's necessary. But if I got like 8 or more, I go ahead and try to get them out. And it really doesn't matter to me about having the best one when we all together. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter whether my buddy I got, it was the same thing. So it didn't really matter to me. I didn't care. And 9 out of 10 times, I'm gonna give you the best that I feel is in each litter anyway. And I'll normally stay with the ones that didn't act as well as the ones, you know, in the litter. So that's how I normally will get that.
When do you cut them loose, Bach? At 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 15, or it don't matter?
Whenever my buddies, it didn't matter. That's why I said it could be 6 weeks. It could be 5. Whenever somebody's talking about they that way, they come. All right, we'll go ahead and grab a 2, grab one. You know what I'm saying? So I try to hold them at least till 6 weeks, just 6 to 7 weeks, just to, you know. But if they act, depending on how they are with the mother, I might stop. They might, if I got them feeding at 4 weeks old, then I might take them off to mom at 4.5, 5 weeks old and just get her off. Just depending on how good the mom is if they're not tearing her up too bad. And but in terms of just really saying that, like the one I'm trying to, no, I just start whenever my buddies want to come over and get them. I try to get them before 8 weeks old, personally.
Yes, sir. Okay. Rastaman Boone, your take, sir.
Okay. Now that's a good question that was asked, and it goes back to what your plans are. Are you in a situation where you want to raise a family of dogs, and the only way for you to understand what's really coming out of it is to be able to keep all the puppies? Just depends on, what situation you're in or what you're trying to do. But if you raising dogs and you want to make sure you got a good family of quality dogs, then you want to raise all of them. And then you'll know exactly what's going on. And but now, if you're in a situation where you can only have 2 or 3, then you might want to give yourself as much time as possible to be able to see what kind of character each one of them have, and make your decision based upon that. I mean, we had a litter with about 13 puppies, and one of the males, he was just so laid back. But when we was feed everybody, he wouldn't eat. I didn't understand that. I put the food down, and all the puppies would come and eat, and he just sit back. And I never understood that. I was like, well, and a lot of times you have to sit there and watch him. And then after everybody eat, then he'll go eat. And I was like, you know what? It's just something about that dog I like. And that was the dog that made champion. I think he won for Sonny. We sold him to some boys down there. No, Profile. That was Profile. Sold him to a brother down in Florida, and the other boys campaigned him, but he won 4. So, but I kept him as my pick because I just like how he was removed from eating with everybody. He would never eat. When I put the food down there, he would not go to that bowl until everybody walked away. And then he would go eat. So I said, dang, he ain't gonna want to eat with nobody. He ain't gonna be wanting nobody too close to him. You know what I mean? And he turned out to be something special. So it just, depends. Sometimes you ain't able to keep them all, but if you are, do your best to try to, keep them all so you can study their character. Because you got to watch them, Matter of fact, I got a friend of mine, man. I'm telling you, man, his wife, man, I'm telling you, this girl ain't never showed a dog in her life. But one thing about it, boy, she'll pick a bulldog. I just to give you her first name. Her name is Kim. Hey, she can pick a bulldog, man. I'm telling you.
Well, how would pick mine out your litter when I get one from you?
Okay. Hey, and I'll tell her that. Because I'm telling you, man, when I tell you this girl right, she right now. I'm talking about, I ain't talking about no faking shit. Ain't none of that.
If it work out, it'll be like both ours, but I just keep it at my house.
No, it'll be yours, man. Shit, we give you something, it's all you, bro. Whatever you do is all good. I'm with you. I don't care how it go. I'm with you.
If it shake out, shit, that's you do, because you gave it.
Let me tell the people real quick to smash the like button if you're in here and you're enjoying the content. Hit that like button, y'all. Tweak the algorithm. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. You talking to me?
Yeah, no, crowd. Yeah, y'all smash the like button. Oh, the like button.
Smash the like button, my brothers and sisters. Where you at, Tay? Where you at, girl?
But if you lesbians, you can smash the like button. Just let me watch.
What's your take on that, Mr. Garcia? On the,
Yeah, just
you know, the
just
question.
the just because of the mortality rate. If I was going to cut something loose, it would be after I separate them and put them on a chain. So more along the if I'm going to cut something loose, more along the 3-4 months like that. If I if I'm along with everybody else, I try to keep as many of them. But I'll say this: if it was what I considered my straight stuff like that, generally those I didn't let go. I keep every one of them. If it was an outcross or was something different or something like that, those were the ones I cut loose. And if it was a grown dog, it had to be something good. And like Bach said, if I'm giving it to my friends, I want them to have a good one. I did that with Brock. One of the pups. I bred a champion ninja, and I was sending him 2 pups, and one of the pups in the litter was severely undershot. It just nasty, and that was from Miss Rowdy, and she had a straight mouth, but no matter what male I bred her to, she always threw one pup that was severely undershot. So rather than send him that one, I sent him a good one, like that, and I kept that one. And I don't think nothing would have come from. He ended up choking on a bone, but I just wanted him to have a good dog. If you close with people or friends like that, you want them to have something good, because it's going to represent your dogs, your blood, you know. And you give him a piece of shit, that's all you're going to hear for years.
Exactly.
He gave me the shitty one. That motherfucker's supposed to be my friend. And he gave me the fucked up one.
Richard got me over here feeding this cur for 3 years.
Yeah, like that. Motherfucker can't bite for shit. Crooked mouth.
Right.
Exactly. 3 years of my life.
Yeah. So kind of along those lines, just let them get a little bit of age. So, because a lot of times people, you give them, if they're not careful, they'll catch something, and if they don't know how to doctor them, you might lose that pup. It's just me, superstitious, old fashioned, So generally more towards the 3-4 months like that, and you do have a better chance of seeing certain traits that you may like better from one than the other, But you never want to give or sell junk, that's the one thing I would say, you giving or selling something that you hope is going to work out, I would never give or sell something that I think is a piece of shit, I would rather keep that one for myself, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe he'll turn out, and if he don't, at least I didn't let him out of my yard, kind of like that.
You're right. Good stuff.
And hold up, I can say one thing in there too. And here go the crazy part. Like, a lot of times I would let my buddies come over and pick from out of litter, right? At the end of the day, man, the last pup that ain't nobody picked, a lot of times still turned out to be the best one. They all picked over it, Yeah. So
I'm gonna tell you right now, that happened to me. I got a dog. I'm not gonna say the kennels who that got him from.
Right.
But they it was the last dog of the litter. They kept it, and the guy tried to tell me he kept it because it was his favorite, right? But in reality, he kept it because it was a scrawny dog that nobody wanted. So he ended up keeping it. So when I came to buy the dog, he sold it to me for little or nothing, man. This is like, I'm not gonna say she's the best dog I ever had, but this bitch is outstanding. I mean, outstanding, man. And I sent him a video of the dog, and he wanted to buy her back for $3,000. I said, no, sir, can't happen. So then he upped it to $10,000. No, sir, I'm gonna keep her because I'm gonna make more off the puppies when I breed her.
Man, you better not sell that dog, or I'm gonna come steal it and then breed the bitch.
Asshole ram.
Yeah, it's hard finding good bitches, man. This shit, you got to keep all of them. I'm big on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Let me show you. Let me get to Hemi James in the super chat. Appreciate the love, family. He says, which was the first male and female dog you felt put your breeding program on another level, Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, the first two that I started breeding, and the reason I say that is because I went through a whole shitload of dogs before I got them too. I didn't start off breeding. My intention wasn't to breed dogs until I realized, and with some help from Boyles, that the best dogs you're going to have are the ones you breed yourself. And a lot of times the best dogs you get are gifts rather than the ones you buy. But those it was Sissy, inbred daughter Jeep, and big red sister Miss Rowdy. From their first time I bred them, they threw what I consider, high grade, top level type of individuals. So that's what started my family. That's what where I saw better consistency, because I had good dogs before that, just not that consistent like that. Where you have match dogs from every litter, and you have high percentage litters where more than just 2 or 3 work out like that. So it would be those 2 females, and then Big Red himself. He was an excellent producer like that. But that was kind of the foundation I just built around that. And then my buddy had another female that I used dogs off of her too, bred to my males, and that was pretty much the start of it.
Yes, sir. Rastaman Boone, what was the first male and female dogs you felt put your breeding program in another level?
Well, as we all here on this panel had to start getting our dogs from somewhere. And, when I bought my first couple of dogs, I was just so excited about the new venture. And then, bred old female to one of the best males, ZEBO male from around here. His name was Gangster. He was a big dog too, man. 55, 56 pounds. And then we got some dogs off of that. And then I took a female off that and bred to, I had bought some males from Mr. Whitley when he had all ZEBO dogs. And then before I did that, I had got some stuff from Butch, and I just mixed it all up, man, and just enjoyed the run. And I just wish Butch would have been here today. And I think I told everybody, my brother, Mr. Whitley, he done passed. So the 2 guys that I was around, and a few of us still left. Jam, my other brother, he's still living and getting around, high energy brother. And Feet, he's one of the old school brothers. He's still living, but he's lost in the street right now. So hopefully he'll get himself together. And then some other brothers that started out with us, they done passed and went on, so I've seen a lot of good brothers come and go, and we done had a lot of great bulldogs, and we done enjoyed the run, even meeting Bakari through this journey, and then we bulldogging, and then, and Fat Bill and I, before Bakari, and we was bulldogging, and then the Cunninghams, and then the Tents, and then, all these people, man, that I met along the way, man, breeding dogs and doing dogs. It's just so much fun, man. I mean, and the respect that we have for one another, it was like, it's no words can put you in that realm unless you understand how it goes. You see, it's like the respect that we all have for one another. Every time we see one another, whether we with one another or not, it's just that that level of respect on the highest level. That's the way we got to be with our brothers and sisters daily. That's the way we got to be, man. We don't have no room to be trying to undermine one another, cut down one another, put down. That shit is over, man. All that shit do is divide us. We need to respect one another for whatever. If you want to cook pinto beans and rice and give it to your dog, I know somebody that used to do that. Hell, at first I thought it was crazy. And I was like, you feed your dog what? I said pinto beans and rice. I said, damn, that motherfucker look good.
That's good carbohydrates.
You know what I'm saying? And so
and protein too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, whatever, man, because there's so many things that you can choose for a diet for your dog, and whether one do it or not, we shouldn't be trying to, put a brother down because he done figured another way that's best for him. Maybe that fit his budget. You know what I mean? So, I remember back in the day, you could buy a big bag of beans, maybe about 25-pound bag of beans. And I know we used to get 50-pound bag of rice. My grandma used to buy a big bag of rice, big bag of grits. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, it's everything about one love, bro. How we go? We rolling, Cal. We rolling. Go ahead and roll on. Cal, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, man. I was on mute. I thought.
Nigga, I thought I was finna get to take over, boy.
I was sitting here talking the whole time. I'm like, man, can nobody hear me?
Nah, nobody hear you. Yeah, but that's how we see it, man.
Ram, what's your take on that?
Well, the question again, I'm drunk.
It's on the screen, drunk man. I'm drunk too.
I got drunk eyes though.
He said, what was the first male and female dog you felt put your breeding program on another level?
I gotta still OG Garcia answer and say my first one, and that was only because I had so many curves on the come up. Like when I started fucking getting the good dogs, I could spot a curve if any curve was in them because I had so many of them, and I wouldn't breed no fucking curve. That was always my fucking rule. I don't give a fuck what you are. You a cur, you a cur. You gotta go to the cur pile. And never made no breeding until I got to the good ones. And the good ones, what I learned from having all them curs was to know as much information on both sides of the pedigree as possible. You got 16 dogs on the bottom, 16 on the top, 32 dogs to make your one dog. So out those fucking 32 dogs you got over there, boop, boop, you got a good fucking chance that 60%, maybe 65 of them is going to pull from the mom. 40% is going to pull from the pop. So you want to stack the mom side and the pop side up as much as possible with good dogs, man, and learn as much as you can about those good dogs. And again, I was man moment machine where I could hit up different brothers like I can now from different states around the country and ask, any dogs in my pedigree? I'm thinking about breeding my dog. He a good one, but if I didn't know the background of the dogs, I might have knew, the mom and the dad, but not the grandparents, great grandparents, and so on and so forth. And I was able to get information like, okay, this motherfucker, he looked like this and he did it like this. So I would, take all the information that I gathered, keep it in my head, and just look at the pups, man. And, the motherfuckers was coming out good as fuck. So I just kept stacking the pedigree with good performing dogs, man. And just my fucking percentages went from 80% curves to fucking 8%, It wasn't overnight or no crazy shit. I know I make it sound easy, but just over the period of time,
right.
My first dogs I started out with, great. The offspring was way better. When I started breeding those offspring, it's way better than both of them motherfuckers. You feel me? And the percentages would start to get higher and higher. Now, it was curves in there, granted, The game always going to give you some bullshit. But by then, I was able to spot the bullshit, and say, okay, yeah, these look like the dogs in your pedigree that quit. Okay, so get your cur ass out of here.
Right, right.
Hey, let me say something. I just want to say this. Okay, and what Ram's saying about the curves is right. You know, most people, when one quit or one don't do well, they get rid of them. But you know, we also know that there was a whole lot of curves that produce a lot of great dogs.
And they still producing great dogs that people
Yeah,
buying right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you know, it's like, you know, the I just think it's everything about, you know, which way you choose or which direction you choose to get your dog or get your dog from. Because Rifle, which was the father to Sonny, and shit, and Sonny stopped Grand Champion Hugo first time out. And not only that, Sonny quit about 5 times before he even did that. Ain't that something? Dog quit 5 times and then go goddamn beat a grand champion.
That's crazy.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, I mean 2 hours and something. You know what I mean? And you know, at first they was just calling him something else until Sonny took that ass whooping. You know what I mean? And then Sonny started whooping his ass. Then they started calling him by his name. Figured it'd help him out, but Sonny done got too far ahead of him now. You know what I mean? And I schooled Sonny, and before Sonny left here, like I said, he quit about 5, 6 times. But after I got through schooling him, shit, man, we couldn't turn him off. I mean, I'm telling you, we put hard biting dogs on and bit him down.
Now, would you say he wasn't fully started when he quit, or he just needed to mature? Not to cut you off, OG, but this question always interesting to me. What make you think it was that the switch that flipped to where he went from a bitch to a bulldog?
Okay, well, see, I'm gonna say this. Okay, I didn't think he was a bitch because every time I rolled him, he either get dropped and he just laying there looking at the dog. But he fucked up. Now I'm talking about I put him on some real hard biting shit. And some matter of fact,
shit.
I had a son off of Sadie and Lady Stone uncle, Bull. I bred him to Sadie. And man, I had a dog off that. Man, I'm telling you, every dog I put him on, boy, he make him lay down. I'll tell you, when he get on them, I bet you any kind of money they gonna lay down. Cause that's what he do. He just bite them down. And I put Sonny on him until Sonny made him lay down. And I couldn't believe it. You see? So I like, damn, he made him quit. I said, but he took the punishment all those times. But he would look at him. He wouldn't, he just lay there and look at him. He just look at him. I said, damn, is he trying to figure out should he go or what? But he's staring at the dog. It wasn't like he turned his head, turned his tail, and no, he didn't do none of that. All he did is when he got dropped, he just lay there and he just looked at the dog. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep on trying him. And I kept on until he got the scratching. And man, I'm telling you, when that joker scratched, boy, he scratched so hard, bro, it come out of blam, he plowed him, right? And so when they called me and said they were gonna do this match, I said, now I'm gonna tell you something. I said, I done rolled the shit out this dog. I said, he done been bit down. I mean, several times where he couldn't walk. I said, but if whatever you put him on, if it don't kill him, he gonna get him. And so they said, yeah. I said, I'm telling you. I said, you're gonna have to kill him because he done got beat up real bad. And so they did him, but they didn't know they was going into Grand Champion Hugo. They just thought they were going into another, this is the first time out, dog. They got down there and said Hugo put it on him. It just had him all beat up and said, dog, and I ain't gonna lie to you. From that one show, man, we probably got about 500 calls about puppies.
Right.
I said, well, what happened, man? And then this is the beauty, man. Like Okay, they had the Floyd Boudreaux birthday party, and do you remember where that was, Schoolboy Park? Do y'all remember when I was down there? I did the, well,
was that in Texas or Louisiana? When you
it was in Louisiana. It was down there in it was on the outside of New Orleans. It was on the outside. It was, about 2 hours from New Orleans.
You was out there by the Rougarou.
Yeah, and man, I met this brother, and we was talking and vibing, and he was like, "Yeah, man, this, that," and he got to talking. I said, you seen him go?" He said, "Yeah, man, I was there." He said, "Man, they try to shit them boys." I said, "Man, we schooled that." He said, "Man, you schooled that?" I said, "Yeah." He came up. I said, "My Mr. Whitley bred him." I said, "But he gave him to me because they didn't want him. They said he was a cur." And I said, "Well, okay, well, let me take him." And I brought him to the house and got him together. And he said, "Man, I want to tell you." He said, "Man, Hugo whooped his tail, man." He said, "Man, I ain't never seen a dog get beat up like that." He said, "And man, that Joker," he said, "he never whined, he never turned." And he said that tail was flagging. I said, "Yeah, that was him." I said, "Cause, I didn't see him get bit down." But the reason why I'm just saying something about it is because even though somebody breed a dog that's not dead game, that don't mean he won't throw one that ain't dead game. That, you see what I'm saying? That is dead game. You know what I mean? That don't mean he won't throw that type of dog. So it's really up to what you looking for and what you want to deal with. And I understand, if you don't want to be associated with a dog quitting and then it producing a quality animal, I understand all that. But I'll tell you this here: a quality animal to me is a quality animal, whether a cur produced him or a dead game one produced him. Doesn't matter.
Yes, sir.
You know what, Boone? 99.9% ain't gonna never admit that shit. So, but let me say, hey, Boone, let me tell you. Now, real dog men talk this way, okay?
Right.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about on this shit here. I'm saying, but in front of, everybody want to be macho to fuck up when they're in front of, oh, goddamn, get your cur farming. And motherfucker got a whole yard of curs at home. He's just talking shit in front of everybody else. He love his curs, okay? Motherfucker done produced 4 grand champions and everything with the curs, the cold dogs, cur dogs, shit. And he gonna tell you he didn't got rid of shit. He just put it further back in his tree line. That's all, So
Right.
you can't listen to half these motherfuckers be telling you shit, bro, and that macho shit. Okay? All that old, you give me that motherfucker, you fuck you taking that cur for you cur farming ass motherfucker. And I'm just saying, so you got people calling a cold dog a cur. How the fuck? I thought a cur was something that starts and stops.
That's right.
Now the fucking dog that never started is a cur. So so at the end of the day, right? If you feed these motherfuckers, it's up to what you want to do. You ain't got to answer to nobody. It's never answer to a game. You understand? So that's the whole thing. What you do in your motherfucking yard is your business. But what happens is so many people want to be macho. That's why the women that was in the game could just flourish, because they didn't have to goddamn put no goddamn hold their balls and run around everybody trying to feel like they masculine. Motherfucker just do what they goddamn dogs. They like, fuck what y'all doing. Me and my dogs is good. Okay? While y'all around there swinging dicks and balls and shit, talking about, oh, goddamn Austria, blah, 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 motherfuckers, and it's lies, most of them, okay? And then the ones that's so fucking strict, just saying, oh, I'll never do this. That's why the fuck they ain't never won shit, okay? Motherfucker ain't never had a Super Bowl in their life. Motherfucker still around there talking about they looking for it, okay? 50 years in the program breeding the so-called hardest motherfucking so-called deadest game, and all they got is dead game dogs. I'm talking about dead. Ain't living. Motherfucker just got a participation trophy when he left. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I commend you, Brother Boone. I say this shit all the time, what you just said. But you know, I ain't never had no filter, gave a fuck what somebody thought about what I said or done. No way. You know,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I want to salute Brother Bach. I want to salute Brother Boone for what y'all just said, because I know for a fact some people I know that will remain nameless, some of the hottest dogs in the country, that people are buying dogs off of them and bragging, and they producing winners. And these dogs didn't quit on the yard. They didn't quit on the yard. They ain't told nobody, because it's gonna fuck up their money. But the dogs are still producing. So now, what do? Do they say, "Oh, I'm killing this dog. This dog he getting cold, or he not in my program no more"? Or do they continue to do what they're doing and continuing to produce motherfucking winners? Like it's crazy, because it's a lot of myth surrounding these dogs that people, you know, they regurgitate these myths, you know, like a man biter. You got a man biter, you got to call that man biter right away. How many people actually do that though? If you got a dog, that's a man biter, but he's stopping everything that move, he's stopping everything. You got a ZEBO on your yard. Are you really gonna call ZEBO? Really? I mean, come on. I talk all this shit. I don't want no man biter. But if I got ZEBO, I'm not calling ZEBO. I'm not calling. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm keeping ZEBO. So maybe I'm a hypocrite. But regardless, that's what the game is.
But there's a whole bunch of hypocrites. That's what the whole game is. A hypocritical, lying motherfucker. So, and I mean, and I'm part of it. Okay, so I'm not excluding myself. Okay? I'm not excluding myself. A lot of people say a lot of shit. And when they get at their house, they do differently than a lot of what the shit they say. Like I said, it's just a pissing contest amongst men. Okay, that's all the fuck it is out there. And then they tell they little proteges all that hardcore shit. And then when the protege catch them doing something, then they making it, well, you know what, look, you know, sometimes, bruh, yeah, but you know, so everybody gonna say that shit. They say, well, if you do it the other way, you're gonna ruin the game. How the fuck you gonna ruin the game with your 1% of shit you do in your fucking yard? How you ruining the game?
Hey, Bob. Bob. Don't tell them they quit, okay?
Well, I told them goddamn Flop, one of the baddest bitches ever in this world, came off 2 curves. But can't nobody beat her.
Hey, Bob, I know that, but I'm just saying, you know, like we rolled 2 dogs. Hey, Bob.
Right.
Don't tell nobody.
That's right. Right.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do.
Wait a minute. Hey, boom, hold on. You didn't give a fuck. Like I said, I seen you lose a big time show, and we was all looking, and you picked Drill Bit ass up and said, oh, well, she's going to the crib. You didn't give a fuck how much you lost. You end up still winning. She became a champion, but you lost.
I won 5 with her.
Right.
Yeah.
And then give 2 fucks with nobody thought, and was still going in a high competition, heavy hitters with that bitch.
And made money.
That's what I'm telling you.
I got it all back.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I'm gonna just say this. Hold up, and I hate to say, but I don't give a fuck. He's my man. He ain't gonna give a goddamn old from the Gusto Boys. My one of my main best partners back in the day. Goddamn Bob Pitts, right?
Yeah.
And we had, like I said, I beat them, took best in show at this match. It was 3-card show. And later I said, well, you know, I want to get a brother play, so I'm going to come to his yard and, you know, buy one of the dogs off the Grand Champion Country shit. So I get the fucking dog home, and this motherfucker quits in like 4.2 seconds. I said, well, god damn. I said, Bob, you know this joint that I came and got from you, you know? He quit. He said, tell me something new. I said, what you mean? He said, well, you knew who the fuck he was. He said, you knew who the hell he was when you picked him up. I said, no, I didn't. He said, well, you seen him quit at the show. I thought you liked him. I said, wait a minute.
Damn.
I said, hold up. You mean that's the dog Mark that quit at the show? He said, damn right. I said, why you gonna charge me $2,500 for him? He said the same reason you felt enough to buy him for $2,500. So, you know, so he told me, he said, listen, he said, you kind of new to this. But he said, I'm going to tell you something, young fella. I ain't got no problem taking curs home. He said, I done produced a whole lot of champions and grand champions off of curs. And he said, and you heard it from me. He said, now if you're not satisfied with them, you're welcome to come on my yard and pick up anything else you like. I said, well, how I know the rest of them ain't curs. He said, hey, brother, that's your choice. I said, well, I think I just go ahead and lose the $2,500 and thanks anyway, brother. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, and that's a good brother there, man.
A good brother. I'm talking about a legend.
Man, this dude here, man. Man, he matter of fact, he refereed Lady Stone and Blondie. He refereed that show. Man, this dude here, man, is 100, man. I love that brother, man. Yeah, I love that brother. But that's funny.
Oh, he had no shame in it. I mean, like, you know, he told me to bring him back if I'm not satisfied. How the fuck I'm gonna be satisfied with a bitch that quit in 4 minutes? I'm be satisfied with it. But you know what he said though? He said at the end of the day, the blood is the blood, Bach. And guess what? That same shit created goddamn grand champion flop litter and all them motherfuckers, the baddest shit I ever seen that I had on my yard. See? You understand? And they came off of 2 curs out of my blood. So I'm just saying.
You see what I'm saying? See what I'm talking about?
Salute to Big Al's House of Pain in the super chat. Appreciate the love, family. He says, what's good, fellas? Don't know Boone and Bakary personally, but I'm pretty sure they know some of my old mentors, old Larry McBride and the late Marshall McRae out of Red Springs.
Yes, I know Marshall, and if Larry was around Marshall, then I probably met him too. But Marshall's one of the, man, I met that brother years ago, man. Good gracious, man. It's probably been almost, man, it's been some, boy, it's been a long time, man. And all praise, you know, Marshall is gone away from us now, but he's with the Dog Brothers above us. And he was one of the, you know, he was one of the best guys doing them dogs, man. I liked his character. He was, and I'm not sure who Larry is, but if I've seen him or if we talked a little bit more, maybe I probably, you know, we done been in the same place. But yeah, Marshall was a great dog, man, and he was good for the game. And I just hate, you know, the things that happen that for him, you know, and but you know, bless up to him and his family and all the children and anybody that knew him, knew he was a good dude, man. He was a good brother.
Yes, sir. Another question we got here is, what was the controversy surrounding Carver's night train, Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, he quit to a staff in a match. That's the only controversy I know about him. It's reported, and that's what the report says. I forgot the dog's name. I forgot the opponent. It didn't go an hour, you know, and he quit.
Okay.
That's about the only, unless there's something else, you know. I know people had that blood. In fact, Big Red, the dog he beat was a son of Night Train named Midnight Train, and it only went 34 minutes, but he was a game dog, man. He was falling down, making scratches, you know. And then Mr. Gray had some of that stuff. He didn't really follow that, you know. He was more of a what do you call it? Zeke Black Widow, you know, Tombstone kind of you know, Spike Black Widow, that kind of stuff, you know. But he did have some of it. They were hard biting dogs. African dogs.
Whatever happened to the staff that beat him? Anybody ever keep up with that dog?
I don't know.
They probably bred his ass and didn't report it.
Yeah, it could be. One of the dogs alligator beat. That's they think that was a staff too. I have a picture of him during the show, and he looks like a staff. I think his name was Jack, because I think the reports breeding unknown or something like that. But he looked like a staff. He was a big old that you know, they were 62-pound dogs or something like that. I think that one was a catch weight. But that's all I can think of with Night Train.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question here. I'm gonna go to you, Rastaman Boom. Historically speaking, in your day, what was considered a dog man? To be considered a dog man, did he have to match dogs?
Well, okay. The dog man, the word dog man carried different definitions, I'm assuming, because I done met a lot of dog men that played different roles dealing with the game, you know. And I met some good dog men that they didn't match them, but they bred them and raised them and they checked them and then they made sure other people had them. Then I met some dog men that they were just breeding them, but they wouldn't do nothing with them, but they just sold them, you know. And then I met some dog men, and they were my favorite, the ones that was hunting for real, you know. So, you know, I was really intrigued by them, you know, because, you know, to listen and hear what people say and then the things that they doing, and you get to see it and watch them in action. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, we get ready to watch Dante Wilder fight old boy again, and then Dante Wilder, bam, knock him out. But the drilling and the excitement was to just see the fight. But damn, we didn't know we were gonna get an early knockout. So, you know, that's interesting. And then if you know Wilder, then you get to talk to him and vibe, and then he tell you how he felt and how he did it and what he worked on, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's the same thing with the dogs, you know what I mean? And so I you know, but like I said, you got different categories. Now, you got some guys, they got dogs and they talk about them. They just talk, you know, this, that. They just talk. You know, they'll breed a dog and they talk like they know everything about a dog. They ain't did a damn thing, but they just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got that talk about dog man. You know, he like to talk about it. You know what I mean? He like to beat on his chest like he really got the thing. And then when the dog quit, and then he say, you know what, man? They didn't do the dog right. That's what happened. You know, Joker come up with an excuse. You know, I remember back in the early days, it was 1,000 and something excuses back then. And so here we are 20 something years later. I'm imagining it's probably what, about 10,000 excuses now.
10,002.
Yeah, there you go. 10,002. So, you know, it's whatever, you know, it's whatever happens, man. You know, you just have to deal with it and move forward with what your plans is as a dog, man. And, you know, to me, and you know, I may be wrong, but I think that it was just everything about, you know, I'm talking about, you know, the ones that were in it, you know. Right. It was everything about, you know, raising them and competition, man. You know, that adrenaline, man, to meet somebody that has that adrenaline like you have. You know, that's exciting. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I remember when we was in school and we in school, we talking, we doing our book work and all that. Then we say, yeah, man, we got a new dude. He done moved in, man. Yeah, man. He want to box. He say he can box. Like, oh yeah, well, who he gonna box? Well, what weight class? Oh, you gonna have to box you, boom. Oh, you gonna have to box me? Okay, good shit. Yeah, man, dig it. We gonna do this thing. Man, can't wait, man. I'm gonna run home. You know what I mean? Get off the school bus. We haul ass home, put our shit up, and then come on out there. We go to in the projects. They had built these little wooden fences in the backyard. So that was the ring. And so, man, we run in there, man, and we get the gloves, man, and we just get to working, man. You know what I mean? It didn't matter how big or whatever, you know, we just get to going. And it was a love. It wasn't like, oh, I'm scared because he might hit harder than me or he might catch me with something. Nah, man, we didn't care, man. We're going to get hit. We're going to hit your ass too. You know what I'm saying? It's everything about getting down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how you made some of your best friends.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And so, and it's the same thing with the Bulldogs. When you meet somebody that has that competitive spirit, it attracts you. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's that feeling that you want to feel, man, and you want to meet that feeling, man. Because when this was something. I gotta say this, man. Somebody sent me a video, and it was the guy Hollywood. He was talking about his dog, how his dog was a killer and this and that. And so I was looking at the video. I'm like, damn, who the hell is this? So I don't know this guy, you know what I mean? But I like this competitive spirit the guy was talking. Do the dogs, this, yeah. We're gonna go down there and shut these motherfuckers down, this, that. And so when the dog lost, he said, they run my dog.
Yeah.
Never mind the whole 8-week heat that fucked them up.
Man, I thought this, man, when somebody told me that, I said, what? I said, no, not that. I said, man, I ain't trying to make no mockery out of it, but I'm just saying, I liked the intensity that he was talking about and speaking of. And that competitive spirit, man, it just made me feel so good that and then when it came back, somebody said that he said they rubbed his dog. I said, oh, God damn. And being.
Hey, Brother Rasta, man, you got the camera real close. You don't have to have it close.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you right here.
Even being in that competitive spirit, when you lose, Bakari, you done see me lose on the highest fucking level. Not one time did I turn around and say, hey, Bob, they rubbed my dog. They rubbed my dog. They rubbed. Do you understand what I'm saying, Bob?
Yeah, but no, Box fell off. He'll be back.
Oh, but I don't believe in it. When you go and you're going for it and you putting it all out there, you have a chance of losing. And as well as you have a chance of winning, you got to be able to accept both. And if you can't accept both, don't do it. Because when you start coming up with these excuses, it could be a problem.
Right.
And that's what's not needed, man, at all.
Yes, sir.
Win, lose, draw, or pick up. It doesn't matter. Whichever one happened, you got to accept it and move on. But when you go to start name calling and then and all that, man, I just think that's terrible, man. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, that pussy start to stink.
Let me ask Mr. Garcia, historically speaking, what was considered a dog man? Did he have to match dogs to be considered a dog man in your day?
The way I always looked at it is when your peers call you that, then you at that level. When they acknowledge it, when they say that because of your accomplishments or whatever you do. Do you have to match dogs? No. Like Rossman said, some people just breed dogs. They're just breeders. I know one guy that he couldn't even watch the dog's roll. You know, he would let other people do it. He'd be calling out the time. You know, he'd be on his tractor in his field. 15 minutes gone by, 20 minutes, okay, 30 minutes, okay, that's good, you know, and then come and get the report how they do. I don't know what his trip was, but, you know, he bred a lot of good dogs. A lot of people use his dogs in competition. So generally speaking, you know, it's just that you get, you know, there's a certain level of respect you get when you match dogs, or when you did in the past, always speaking of the past, you know. But there's also a level of respect when you breed good dogs, you know. So you don't have to match dogs to be called a dog man, just like you don't have to breed dogs to match to be called a dog man. Some people just like the competitive side of it, you know. They might breed every once in a while or later on when they get older or something, but generally speaking, they don't breed dogs. They just, you know, they acquire dogs, they borrow dogs, they're gifted dogs or lent dogs or whatever. So that's not a criteria for being called a dog man. But for me, it's always been when your peers, you know, acknowledge you, then you're a dog man. You know,
Yes, sir.
I don't, to this day, I don't really go around calling myself a dog man. That's just me. It don't mean nothing. That's just my way. You know, other people call me that. I appreciate it, you know, but to answer the question, you know, that's how I look at it. And no, you don't have to match dog to be called a dog, to be a dog man.
Right. How you feel about that walking down Ram, Big Steppin'?
Gotta agree with both the OGs, man, and emphasize on this levels to the game. Like, I know some dudes who are really just fanciers of the dogs. They got a couple of them. You know, they raise them up, they house them right, they feed them, you know. All the daily husbandries is taken care of. They might breed them, they might not. Would I get a dog from him? Fuck no, but he's still a dog man. Then you got some motherfuckers who never fucking matched or scratched the dog, but they know how to put them motherfuckers together constantly. And fucking every time you go over there, it's a fucking 8 time out of 10 chance you're gonna get your next champion or your winner, grand champion, whatever. Some motherfuckers got that gift. And then you got the selected few, like the gentleman I'm up here on the panel with and myself, where we wanted to be handlers, conditioners, and breeders. And that take a lot of fucking time, patience, wherewithal, and knowledge gathered. Not what you know, but what you fucking gotta know to be able to do this shit and sustain your own yard and have a fucking, basically a conveyor belt of dogs that you use. And you never gotta buy another dog again. That shit is hard as fuck to do because you gotta know what you're doing on the handling, really on the conditioning, and more importantly, the fucking breeding. One bad breeding will fuck your whole fucking career up, bro. And it's hard to fucking stay on there at that level and compete. Not alone compete, but win. You know, it's only so few real serious handlers and conditioners in the world. That's why a lot of us, we might not know each other personally, but we know somebody who know you directly. Because it's only a few of us in the country at any time that's fucking really at that level. And our records go to show it because we did that consistently for years. These brothers did it longer than me because my first half of the game, I didn't give a fuck about breeding. I just wanted to handle in conditions. So my mind was focused on that. When I got older and more mature, it wasn't about saving the money. It was about, fuck that, I want to make my own shit. Now I'm fucking excellent at matching, handling, scratching, conditioning, all of that. Now I want to see if I could put them together. And that was just a personal fucking challenge. We all personally challenge ourselves to do that because once you get a deep understanding of the game, you're going to respect how hard each one of those things is to fucking do. And if you could do one successfully, you earn the respect of being called a dog man. So you do all 3 of them, you a fucking dog man. And don't nobody gotta fucking tell you that. You know it. Just like your dick get hard every morning when you gotta pee. That's your natural alarm. You know that.
God damn. Can you get more graphic?
I ain't playing no games with him.
Can you get a little bit more graphic for the audience, please?
But you know, it's just drunk Ram. You feel me? I'll clean it up next week for the OG. Just a Halloween drunk edition.
No. Yeah. We love that Ram, whether you're sober or drunk. I just gotta apologize again to the panel chat, man. It's fucking.
No, it's okay, brother Ram, brother.
And I want to apologize to the brother that asked me a question and then it had fell off. No, I heard of those 2 gentlemen he asked about, but I never met them that I remember personally. but I heard of both brothers that he has.
But when you came through, Bob, Marshall had passed. He had passed. Let's see.
Okay.
This was let me see. Damn, it was in
what, 88, 89?
I'm thinking, yeah, it was in the 80s. Yeah, I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken. But I know somebody I can ask. And
right. But I definitely heard of him though. I definitely heard of him.
He was Bulldog, man. Yeah, he was so
right.
Yeah. Good brother too. Good brother. It just, some things happen, but all praise, his family is
and did anybody notice Going Hard Twin in them? Did y'all acknowledge?
Oh
brother?
yeah, yes sir. Salute to the twins. Salute to Oak Park too. I see you, homeboy.
And y'all already gave the most condolences out to the good brother and his family.
Absolutely.
You already know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm late, so I didn't know if y'all did. Okay.
Oh yeah, we gonna look out for each other. If we ain't got nothing, we all we got.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Salute to the homie Cracking Kennels too. Y'all go subscribe to him. He got some good shit over there.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all subscribe to Cracking Kennels.
Cracking Kennels.
Yeah, great
stuff.
Okay.
Ain't he not no weirdo? He ain't no rat, no sucker, none of that. That's a real dude.
What's up? We Cracking Kennels top soldier. Yes, I.
Let me ask you this, Brother Bach. Historically speaking, what did you consider a dog man? Did he have to match dogs to be considered a dog man?
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. In my personal opinion, to be a dog, like you said, in my personal opinion, because everybody has their own interpretation or perspective of a dog man. Me personally feel like you don't have to be the greatest conditioner, you don't have to be the greatest aftercare or just in dealing with their medicines and all that. You don't have to be the greatest when you have those that you're surrounded by that you deal with that are good at, and you still make sure that your animal still had the best care. But far as a dog man, if you ain't wasn't out there, matching the dogs, in my eyes, I didn't consider you that. But then again, I partly consider you because you had some people that just wanted to breed them, and didn't never want to get in the box. But some people may call them, since they in the dogs and created some of the best dogs, they were dogmen. But to me, if you didn't let nothing get between your legs and go, you weren't a dog man.
All right. Brother Bach has spoken.
Frank Rizzo, salute, homie.
What's happening? Hamza, Lionhead, salute to you.
Hamza, how you doing,
bro? Lionhead, man.
Yes, sir.
Big Al's House of Pain in the super chat, showing love. Appreciate the love and support. Says started our yard off, old man Brantley Miller. He says we have some heavy bred Paladin dogs still going strong. Covington Digo. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm sorry, brother.
Sound like Covington's Diego.
Yeah, Covington
correct.
Diego.
Yes. Okay. Oh, that's Big Al. Okay.
Salute, homie.
Should look different in 1738. They changed that 2020 real quick.
Hey, that shit look different than Jack Daniels. Shit. But
okay, Big Al. I know what Big Al uses. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that off of that Max dog was cousins to Tyrone and them. It's matter of fact, that Bo Duke dog was Quincy's littermate brother that made that champion Max stuff. So yeah, I like that stuff myself. I like the Brantley Miller, Phil Miller, Covington, Norm, all that, all the other brothers.
Before I forget, I got the OGs here. Is it Paladin or Paladin?
Paladin.
All right.
Here's a trivia question. Where did that name come from?
Alibaba.
Where Alibaba come from?
Over there.
Yeah, I think it was from the old Western TV series. There was a I forget who it was, Jack Palance or somebody was a series named Paladin.
I
I always thought it was a carpet Parker.
I always thought Paladin came from I used to watch y'all remember Stand By Me?
Right.
Yep.
That movie?
Yeah.
And the kids used to sing that song, a soldier is marching in the name called Paladin. That's the first time I ever heard that name, Paladin.
That could be where the
I always
series
thought it was
from.
like Aladdin cousin or something. That's why I said Alibaba.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go look it up. I'm just taking the time frame. You know, it was around the Paladin series was prior to the dog, so maybe that song is where they got the series from, and or maybe whoever watched the series they like the name, named the dog after that. That's just my guess. I don't know.
For many different reasons.
Yeah.
Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the building and you're enjoying the show, hit the like button.
Like Honey Bunch. Honey Bunch is the Four Top song. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch.
Right. Yeah, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dope. I should remix that then and make it about her.
Yeah. There you go.
Sugar Pie Honey Crunch.
Yeah.
All right. So we got.
Go ahead.
Historically speaking, how long were you solo before working with other people? If it applies to you, like if you ever had a kennel partner or anything like that. Let me start with you, Ram.
6 years. So I had a bumpy 6 years of teaching myself shit and learning from motherfuckers who didn't know shit. 6 years. But it was a good learning lesson. I learned that's where I developed my philosophies and different views of how I look at shit, including life in the dogs within those 6 years. Because it was a learning curve and I basically had to fucking teach it to myself. We didn't have Google, none of that shit. Damn sure didn't have no fucking top flight panel like we got now to game me up. So yeah, it was 6 years.
Yes, sir. Brother Bach, did you ever work with kennel partners? And if so, how long were you solo before you started working with anybody?
I'm going to say that I was solo with no kennel partners. To say like I had to answer to anybody. I was using my own money, buying my own dogs. But I must say that I don't think I was ever by myself in terms of I had people who was before me who I trusted that was knowledgeable to, even if we weren't so-called kennel partners, we were partners. Even using Boone for one, or Fat Bill, or the late McNasty, may rest in peace. May I don't agree with some of the shit he did, but his brother, Mr. T, some of them brothers was very detrimental. I'm very instrumental to my program. So, without a lot of the aid that they gave me in terms of things that they had done before me, Mr. Pitts that I'm talking about, he was Mr. Mars, East Coast Assassin. Some of the people that, so I can say that I didn't have a kennel partner that I had to answer to. I made all my own decisions. I just feel like I still wasn't alone. You know what I'm saying? Like I had people, so if that makes any sense.
Yes, sir. What about you, Mr. Garcia?
It's a mix of what Bach and Ram said. I had people help me. Most of them were family, my brother, my cousin. And then I had other people that like the Hawaiian, or somebody I'd get dogs from. They weren't partners, but like Bach said, they influential, they help you and all that. And then like Ram said, about 10 years. And then I did have a kennel partner for a few years. And then I was solo again after that. But I always did things my way. Maybe that's why, people didn't, I'm a nice guy and all that, and I get along. I respect everybody. I'm humble. I've always been that way. That's the way I was raised. But as far as doing the dogs, how I want to do them, I didn't care what anybody said. I didn't care their opinion. I didn't care if they thought I was right or wrong, or maybe that's the asshole side of me, you know. But I just, you know, that's just me. They're mine. I'm gonna do what I want, you know. At the same time, if I give you a dog or sell you a dog, you do whatever the hell you want with it. Once it leaves my, you know, I guarantee them to the end of my driveway. That's about it. And I have no influence on what they do with them or how they raise them or what, you know. They do good, great. If they fuck up, that's on them too. It didn't change.
That's my new tag. I guarantee them to the end of my driveway.
Yeah. That's an old Bert Soros quote.
After that motherfucker quit on the street, that's your fault.
That's it. He dies of parvo once you step off my porch. That's on you, man.
Be looking out for parvo.
Yeah,
that's real talk though. That's like back in the day.
Yeah, because you know, on the one hand, if you shiesty, it's going to catch up with you. You fucking around and giving somebody a dog or something, you know. On the other hand, you don't know what people are going to do with them once they leave your yard. You don't know if they're telling you the truth or lying, if it's a stranger, you know, or just an acquaintance. So it's on them, you know, and I ain't going to tell nobody how to raise their dogs, even if they got it from me. You know, if I give it to you, just like any gift I give, it's yours to do whatever you want with it. I have no say so in it.
Right.
So if I give you a birthday present, or you want to throw it in the trash after I hand it to you, or you want to go exchange it for money, I have no problem with that. It's yours, or else it wouldn't be a gift.
But this time next year on your birthday, don't bring your funky ass back looking for another gift.
Yeah. If I sell it to you, well, you paid your money. You own it. It's yours.
Oh yeah, you could go and fucking teach that motherfucker how to do math if you want.
Yeah. Ride a bike. But that's just that's how I did it. You know, I did have a partner, but it was like after 10 years I've been in the dogs, and I was just helping him out. You know, he wanted to learn. He liked my dogs, and you know.
Hey, could I add something real quick too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't get a kennel partner that you know more than. If you already on a level and you doing your thing, don't get nobody who a nouveau, bro. Cause soon as the motherfuckers learn just a little bit, they gonna start talking that shit and think they know you, and now you're gonna be fucking beating up on your friend shit or possibly beating him up, man. So, you know, I done had it both ways too. Like, motherfucker, I took you to your first show, bitch. You don't know shit, but you wanna call me out? I'll make you eat this fucking dog, dude.
That is true, and it happens more often than not.
And then
that male bravado is a real bitch.
And then you have, and so to even answer my question, I finally have, I would say, kennel partners in the last 4 years. But then you got the flip side of that, Ram. You got some real good brothers that don't know as much as you and truly love, seeping up whatever knowledge you give them, and they're very gracious at it, and still with no trying to so much challenge what you know. It's just asking a lot, like, and that's, anytime somebody asking you something that you deal with, especially with the dogs, if you the only one know it all and other ones don't, that's going to present a problem, because if anything happens to you, then they got a whole good yard of dogs with no knowledge what to do with them. So
true.
It's good.
And that's why I fuck with you and the other OGs, because you got that maturity logic side. I'm still on the fuck you. You don't know shit. Fuck out of here. And I ain't even in the dogs no more.
Right. Hey. And hold on. If I can answer one question, I'm a brother Live Life Real. He had asked me that was, if a guy, if I can understand, he was like, if one just does one, a dog man just does one show, does that make him a dog man versus some other qualities? Again, how you gonna be a gambler if you don't gamble? That's my thing. If you gamble, then you have to gamble to be a gambler. If a person plays a lotto, you can't win or lose the lotto if you ain't playing. So I can't say somebody is a gambler that doesn't gamble. I can't say a person's a killer who never killed nobody. You You get what I'm saying? I can't say a person's a rapist and they never raped nobody. So I can only label you what it is you do. So if consider the dog man of those, you know, whether they're good or bad, who deals with dogs in the particular, you know, hookup date practices, whether they're good or bad, whether it was one time or 1,000 times. The fact is, they did it, or they, you know what I mean. So I can't make it any more clear than that. And that means matching the dog. That doesn't mean I have a hard time with those who consider they just roll every goddamn thing in their backyard and talk about, well, our roll was harder than the match. Shut the fuck up. You ain't got nothing to lose. Because you really ain't valuing shit. That's why you didn't do it. You know, if you ain't no real competitor, that's why you sitting at home trying to get glory wins off of rolls and then say that it had I matched the motherfucker. In order for me to respect you, you have to go in that motherfucker against another person with a weight and a date. If not, you can be the best breeder, you can be all that, but if you ask me how I look at you like nothing. Okay? So I don't give a fuck about your morality, your integrity. None of that shit matters to me. My thing is, you's a bitch. Why you ain't getting that square with your fucking dog, with your money and your keep? Other than that, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else about that motherfucker. Don't tell me about, well, he's a good guy. I don't give a fuck. I know a whole lot of good people don't have nothing to do with dogs. I deal with those people. But if it's going to be with a dog, dude, if I call myself being in a fraternity with other dog people, then those people would either had to been former or whatever of something that it was fucking letting them bitches go between their leg and the square of other fucking men and women who brought their shit there feeling like they were doing, want to see if their shit was better than somebody else's and helping the breed out. But if you doing that shit from the sideline, a cheerleader and a fucking in your backyard talking about how bad your shit is, I don't even fucking want to hear about the motherfucker.
Talk that shit, OG.
Yeah.
Let me add to that. So I'll take it one step further. My cousin did 2 dogs. He conditioned and handled 2 dogs. He lost in 1:50 and he won in 2 hours and 20 minutes. He's not a dog man. Never called himself that. Never wanted to be. He just wanted to try it out, see, you know, because he was around me and he had the opportunity to do it. But he's not a dog man. He didn't have that intent, you know, to be a dog man. It just he want to try, you know, like you go out and maybe
Hey,
like them,
no,
like
he
them,
gotta
like
be
them
a
old
dog
dudes on
man,
the
OG, because he got Cali Jack record, but he beat Cali Jack's time in the loss and the win.
yeah.
Shit, and Cali Jack writing books, so tell your cousin you want to write a book. Let's collab.
yeah. I do
We're
that.
1 and 1.
I do that. So that's just a little bit, you know, it's kind of like what Bach's saying, you know, you have to have that intent. You have to love the game. You have to take risks and all that, you know, that's part of it too.
Right. That's the whole thing, brother. That's the whole.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, because where are you competing at? I'm just saying, if you're not competing, then I mean, it's, you know, you can have fucking any other dog and just say you're a dog man, and I can respect you. I mean, there's a lot of dog men with Rottweilers, Dobermans, Belgian Malinois. I respect anybody for what their craft is, but when you start talking about, let's just say back in the day when where there was some dog fighting. Okay, in order, then that was those that we picked up from those that did it from the 1800s to the 1900s. That it fascinated us to want to compete with different dogs like they did, and that's what we did. And to sit there, like I said, and really don't have nothing to lose, other than, you know, possibly your dog, which is a big loss, you know, really, but. Other than just to say you did something just for the sure enjoyment of it, but never really put your craft up against another person and have something to win or lose, then no, I just could never. I don't even know why the fuck they in it, why they was ever in it. You know, me personally.
Yeah, you a kung fu master. You got to go fight the other masters at the other school.
Right.
Win or lose, you know. And ain't
You know
nobody up here fucking went undefeated. Losing is okay in the game, you know.
Right.
That's how you get better. Like, your losses make you better, whether it's your fault, the dog fault, the conditioner, the whatever. You learn from that and get better, you know. And that's why you see 3 great OGs up here, you know, because they learned from their losses. Bach went to Schoolboy House and took a hard L.
Yeah.
Still talk about it to this day because he learned from that. That took his game to the next level because he learned how to aftercare and properly condition after that. Like, and that
no. Don't give me no props I don't deserve. I didn't learn a motherfucking thing of aftercare. What I did is learn that I'm never flying or going anywhere with a bullshit ass motherfucker who don't know what he's doing, who condition. And what I learned is I'm not showing up to the party without motherfucking aces. That's what the fuck I learned. That's what I learned. Okay.
Whatever you learned, I bet you learned how to put at least an IV in. I know you might.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I still don't know how to put IV. I'm telling you, I didn't know. I got that text for that. It's, you know, I'm one of them motherfucking generals that you know, I give a lot of duties out to. Me, I want to fucking focus on that dog. What I'm doing, but all that other shit, no. I don't feel like being a doctor that time of night. No, I got people who really qualify.
Whatever, you a great all the way around dog, man. I ain't letting you off the hook.
Well, I appreciate the love, bro. I just don't want to get I don't want to get no props that I don't deserve. That's all.
I feel you because Boone gave me some, and I felt like I didn't deserve them earlier. You know, so I had to take them. So you got to take mine too. Like, damn it. Take the love, nigga.
That's the beautiful thing about the dogs and the terminologies and the definitions is everybody got different opinions. Because I heard people say, if you can't do this, you're in the dog man. If you can't do that, you're in the dog man.
Correct.
Yeah, you hear that all the time. And everybody got different opinions. And I have my opinions about different things. Like, you know, in the streets, some people say, oh, if you ain't out here on, you know, you ain't never had your own crack house and you ain't never cooked cocaine, you ain't a drug dealer. Well, I disagree because the motherfuckers who grow cocaine and sell it to the motherfuckers who ship it over here, they drug dealers too. You know, it's just they
fucking Rite Aid, the biggest drug dealer. Fuck you mean?
CVS and the rest of the motherfuckers, big pharmaceutical company. They the biggest motherfucker, and they're legally backed by fat corporations.
The real trappers. Them niggas
the real
absolutely. But it's just that's how some people look at it. Like, you know, I know some dudes that's doing you know, 15 years and they probably out by now, but some dudes who got sentenced to 15 years, they ordered the deaths of people. They ain't never killed nobody. But they had 30 soldiers underneath them ordering the deaths of this person, that person. They ain't never killed nobody. But the guys who doing the killing, they say this dude ain't, man, he ain't nobody. He ain't no gangster for real. I disagree. I think he is a gangster.
He is one. He's still
a serial killer.
And he still don't give a fuck about the life of another man, whether he pulled the trigger or not. He still shares that same motherfucking shit with the dude who actually pulled him up.
He convinced you to do it.
You know, exactly. He's a smart, high-level serial killer. Respect the boss.
And Ram, I want you to ask that question you had, brother.
All right. Yeah, I got a question, man, for y'all. I was talking to my young partner, man, and one of them kennel partner issues, you know, put him on. That nigga think he know more than me. Really don't. But he's still my partner, though. I fuck with him. That's the fam. But I ain't gonna say the dog name that did this, but this really happened. But we just gonna go with the scenario. Say you got a dog that won 5 contract matches. And out of those 5, he went over 2 hours twice. But on his 5th, he won, but the handler didn't like the fashion which he won because in his mind, he thinking he was about to quit. So he asked for a courtesy scratch, and the dog doesn't scratch. My question to y'all on the panel is that or is that dog not a motherfucking curve? My answer is hell yeah, he a curve.
100%.
And he would have went right along with the dog that quit first. That's my answer. Apparently, I'm a hardcore dog man, and you know, so I figured I would ask y'all. Y'all got more experience than me. Between the 3 of y'all, it's 100 years of fucking doing dogs right here. What y'all got on it?
Any motherfucker that stops, I mean, who was started and stops, I don't give a fuck if it was on a courtesy or official fucking scratch. That motherfucker stops. So how the fuck he don't get the curve title with him?
Exactly.
And be honest, don't matter even if my shit was a grand champion and motherfucking stopped on a courtesy, they might still get that mother grand champion title, but I'll be the first one. Just like I sit up here and talk about some curves that created some good shit. I'm not hiding shit. I don't need nobody's approval. I'm telling you the one thing. I'll be saying that mother don't even deserve his grand champion. I'll be the one saying it's not a grand champion my damn self. Even so, I'm saying I would say it's not a grand champion. Nope. But I'm just saying, but no. But I mean, some people they will take their shit home with the courtesy, not not me.
They soft on crime. You feel me? What you got on that, OG, Mr. Garcia?
Let me ask you something real quick. Did the question comes up because he's thinking about whether he should keep the dog or cull him? Or just,
I was saying I would cull him, and my partner was saying he would keep him.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Yep.
So the question on its own, is he a cur? Yeah, dog quit. He's probably gonna quit, or he did quit because he didn't make a courtesy scratch. So it don't matter if it's during the show, after the show, whatever. He didn't make a courtesy scratch. He quit. So he's a cur. But the question, like I said, which I imagine came from that in their head, do I keep him? Don't I keep him?
Keep that
going back. Yeah, going back to what people were talking about earlier, and I mentioned this in one of my videos, is what happens is people take it to the extreme. So they use the examples, whether it's Rascal or Bo or Bully Son or this and that, right? And what I said was, people take dogs that were under adverse situations. In this case, it's a dog that had 5 shows. 2 of them conceivably were hard because he went over 2 hours, right? And he quit. So whether his spirit was broken, whatever the fuck it was, right? They take that, and every piece of shit that quit in 4 seconds or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, they look at them the same, right? And I've seen that happen.
That's crazy.
Bennett rolls, and the dog don't want to start, and then he finally starts, and he quit and hollering, screaming this and that. After a few minutes, he might make 1 scratch, and then he quits on the next one, this and that. They compare that to Rascal, who went over 2 hours at 16 months old when he quit. So for me, that's a difference. It ain't the same when you have a dog like that, or even Ruben. It was cruel what they did to him. They should have picked him up. Bobby didn't pick him up till he couldn't go no more, fell down, didn't make a count and all that stuff. They call him a cur. I don't look at it that way. But let's say a dog does quit after going through all adverse situations like that. Bully Son was sick, this and whatever it is. It's not the same as some piece of shit just coming out there and not even making 1 scratch and hollering and crying and running away and jumping. That's the problem I see with people.
Absolutely right. It's levels to curring too, like it's levels to bulldogs. You're absolutely right, OG.
You have to look at the situation. Now, would I keep that dog if he quit? No, that's just me. And I understand what everybody's saying. And I don't slight nobody for keeping whatever dog they want. I don't care if they have a whole yard of cur. So I did things my way. People do things their way. But you got to understand there's a difference between what that dog went through and what a lot of the dogs go through that are kept that quit.
Yeah, and I say on his last one, it wasn't one of the 2-hour deals. This one was over pretty quick. He just met a dog who had enough mouth to fucking make him change his mind. He just didn't have the heart to stay in there.
Yeah. And it could have been where, he was okay, even through those 2-hour wins, and he was just done. He's finished. He's ruined, basically. So that's when you do it the next time, the dogs, they'll quit in a short amount of time. Even if they've been bit hard, rough, tooth and nail has slam bang, right? And then you take them out next time, 15, 20, 30 minutes, they quit. For me, that's just the spirit broken. If he showed something, cover all them bases beforehand, and then he quits short time the next time, he was fucking done before you put him in there the last time.
Now here goes the question, if I can, whose fault is it? Is it the dog's fault or the handler? the one who
That's
owns it.
the
Because
handler's fault for
okay,
not paying attention.
Right.
there you go. So when the dog and when he went to first of all, if I can, when you got a grand champion, I don't give a fuck if that bitch quit in 2 seconds or 4 hours. That dog ain't leaving my yard getting killed. He will live or she will live. I'm even if I wouldn't breed or whatever, if that was my choice, the dog has earned more of a goddamn stay than 90% of the dogs that I would have back there. So it wouldn't, and every one of these dogs only got a amount of time in them. So you have to be able to, matter of fact, using this one, boom.
Mm. Yeah.
Remember when we went in the tent with that homegirl dog? She won 4 on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's when we did the joint in the tank, right? So we beat Tant with her, but I told the dudes, I said, hey man, she gonna quit the next time out. They like, man, you hate. I said, why the fuck I'm hating? I'm the one set the shit up. But I'm hating. We all together. I'm just telling you, man. Come on, Bob. I said, bruh, y'all did not see what the fuck she was doing every time. And again, we talking about this was in 1990. When he had to keep, defanking the bitch. Your bitch was looking disinterested after about the 15th time her doing it. She didn't even really want to get scratched fucking within a foot away. No, I ain't see that. Okay. All right. So the whole ride home, they mad. Motherfuckers ain't talking like, damn, about you. Fuck, I'm hating. I'm telling you, it wouldn't matter if it was my fucking dog. So anyway, they went, down to Maryland with that motherfucker. And the bitch quit in no time. Okay, so then when I told the motherfucker that was going to have him come and he was backing it with the change, I said, oh well, since he ain't holler at me about the shit, I'm gonna let him lose his bread and I'm gonna let them fucking get their dog curved the fuck out since they didn't want to listen, and that's what happened. And that it wasn't really wasn't the dog's fault in that cat. I mean, if they wanted, they should have seen it. You get what I'm saying? The dog had enough. The dog
you know when you ahead and you know when you behind within 10 to 15 minutes. You pretty much seeing if we gonna be even or if I'm gonna pull off or picking up.
I'm just saying you have to be able to see what the dog can handle. You understand? Yeah. And it's just like you heard Boone earlier say with the dog that was a cur. He did some shit to it where he put it in an extreme hookup to be able to get even messed up more than it was in his other ones. And he was able to see that dog Sonny was able to withstand shit way worse than the shit he was doing current out earlier, right? So at that point, Boone felt good about that motherfucker's ready to make the journey now based on what he was able, to be able to, but it's still Boone had to see it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if he didn't see it, then he would tell the motherfuckers this shit ain't gonna be able to do it. That's all I'm saying. You got, bruh. I'm telling you, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I'm known for observing these motherfuckers, bro. It don't take me long to look at what this shit is going to do, and because they showing it to you, it's just like people. You around people enough, motherfuckers gonna show you what type of character they are. It don't take a long time. They gotta steal and fuck you over before you know it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with these dogs. When you get into personalities, and maybe it's my psychology degree, I don't know. But when you get into personalities, whether it's a fucking animal or person, you gonna see it, okay? Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. So the dog what they normally do or don't do. Same with a person. You come out that dude and your mom ain't eating like she normally eat, and you ain't gonna have to sit up there and you automatically know something wrong with mom. You ain't got to do no whole. Mom, you ain't feeling well. I see. You don't have to ask her, do she not feeling well? She ain't eating. Mom, I see you not feeling. You have to ask her. We need to get you some assistance because you're not eating it. You know what I'm saying? So anything you can see in the dog, you supposed to recognize it before the dog. Because the dog ain't gonna just come home and say, hey man, fuck that. I just did that too. I ain't got really no more. It ain't like that. They ain't gonna do that.
My elbow hurt, man. I need at least 6 months off, homie.
Right. So you have to work with
comp.
Right. Then you got to look at too. My last thing, if I don't mind. Then you got to look at. Okay, say you do that drink, and that next fucking keep, you gonna see it. That motherfucker don't want to do it, It's the keep even gonna be bullshit. It's like, man, here we go with this shit again. That's what the dog saying. Come on, man. Really?
Yeah.
I done gave you everything I had. It's like the goddamn picture where they showed in Candyland joint. I mean, Django Chain with a slave jumped in the tree, said, "Man, I just can't fight no more. I ain't got it in me."
Right.
And so the dude telling him, "You got to still give me. I got money. You got to give me another 2 fights." He's like, "I done won for you, ain't I? I'm undefeated, but I ain't got it no more." You understand that? But he was able to say that. The dog can't. That's why your ass got to know what the fuck you looking at to know when it's too much. They had it.
See what y'all talking about is, some people can't comprehend what they see.
Right.
They can be looking at it and don't understand what they see.
That's why it's only a few top flight dog men at any given hour in the country.
Yeah. Like one day we was in school and it was a friend of mine, his name was Miles. And then another friend of mine, his name was Melvin. So we at school and Graylin, oh man, I'll whoop Melvin, I'll do this and I'll do that. And Melvin, one of them like real high yellow, red skinned brother, but he from the hood. He done fought, been beat up, and done beat up some people. You understand what I'm saying? This boy is a bulldog. You understand? I'm talking about bulldog. You understand? So we at school, this joker talking all this noise, and I'm like, damn, boy, he don't know what he doing. He committing suicide, right? So he said, yeah, I'll go home with y'all. So we like, okay, you ride the school bus with us then. We laughing the whole time. We get the nigga down there to the yard. Man, we get in them gates. He put the gloves on him. Man, Melvin beat him so bad his mama came outside, said, that's enough. Don't hit him no more. Don't hit him no more.
Get off my baby.
So we had to stop him. But what he found out is he was just talking in the blind, and when reality came, he wasn't ready for it.
That's the perfect metaphor.
And it goes back to understanding what you're looking at. All right. We done seen Melvin go so many times with big guys, little guys, any size, he tearing their ass up. I knew before we got there what was going to happen. And so when we talk about these dogs, man, these dogs are some of the greatest.
The greatest.
Specimen, man, these dogs are something special, man. The breed is some of the greatest that's ever happened to mankind. You know what I mean? So these guys that, even when one quit, okay, let's go back to that. Okay, the guy asked, okay, you said that the dog won 4 going for grand champion. He lost.
No, he won his 5th.
Okay, he won.
It didn't take him a long time to win it.
Okay, so he won the 5th, but he didn't scratch on the courtesy.
True.
Now, there's a couple ways you can look at that. Now, you can look at it and say, well, I didn't like his performance, or I liked his performance, but he didn't get at it like I wanted him to finish. You know what I mean? Different things that you can look at it and critique the way you want it. But if it was me, and he done won 4, and that last one, he didn't, he won, and I felt, it was a little salty. Hey, well, is he worth breeding? Hell, he won 5. He just didn't scratch the last one. Now, it's a whole lot of them done did them and talked about them and how much killer they is. They don't even make the first scratch.
That's right.
Facts. They don't make the first scratch. You see what I'm saying? But here you got one that won 5 and didn't scratch on the courtesy. Right. So I'm assuming he done scratched more than 5 times.
Exactly.
He won 5. You see what I'm saying?
Let me throw this into, I just remembered on the 4th, because it wasn't the handler, he wasn't the owner of the dog. He was just handling and conditioning. On the 4th, he was looking kind of funny, but he still went across. And he told me, I would probably put him back up. But, the owner was like, they was chasing his grandfather's record. His grandfather had won 7.
A personal agenda. It had nothing to do with what the dog said.
That's
Yeah,
some dumb shit.
exactly. So I can't say it was the handler's fault because he did warn the fucking owner, like, you know, the last time he went out, he scratched, but it wasn't like how he usually do. You know, he was thinking about it. And to answer Hemi James real quick, you want to courtesy scratch your dog right there because he feeling like a live wire the whole time until he not. And when he not, he got that curse shit on his mind. So you want to leave him in front of the dog that put that curse shit on his mind to see if he gonna go back over there and get some more of that shit or not. Hemi James, bro. That's the purpose of courtesy scratches, whether you won and the dog quit or the dog over there across from you acting a fool. It got nothing to do with the other dog. It's you want to see if your dog is a bulldog. Just because one quit first, the other one still quit second. They both quit, you know. So you want to see that. And that's why I always scratch to win. You know, I don't fuck around with none of that. We scratching to win.
Hey, let me say something before I read the super chats. I apologize to y'all beforehand. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Oh yeah, fuck J2Z.
Yeah, I want to just say, bitches who listen, go find who your father is. Talk to your mother. Find out who your real father is.
Man, don't send him over to my house, man.
No, listen, man. This is
don't
serious.
fuck with him. He a curve.
Listen, bitch. You in the chat. You got ghost accounts. Talk to your mother. Find out who your real father is. Get her to tell you the truth and get you some closure. I'm not your daddy. I can't be your daddy. You understand? Get over it. I ain't talked to you in a year and a half. Get the fuck out of my life, bitch. Stop thinking about me, ho. Get the fuck up out of here.
Oh, it's that one? Oh.
Yeah, this is a goofy bitch. I'm talking about dogs. This bitch all playing games is just stupid. Bitch can't just move on with her life. Get out
if that's the case, you was helping, motherfucker. Don't leave your part of the story out if that was really what's going on.
It ain't, the bitch know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm talking to her. Like, bitch, you was helping. If that was really the case, bitch, you telling on yourself too, stupid.
Right. If that's what it is, then bitch, you guilty too. Get the fuck up out of here.
Now see if we could be Sally's.
Right. Salute to Smooth Monty in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. Homie says
much love to Smooth.
Yes, sir. He says happy Halloween to the panel in the chat. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Halloween is up on us. Y'all get y'all sacrifices ready for tomorrow. Sacrifice some salt.
Yes, sir.
I don't fuck with it, but thanks.
Salute to Southside Kennels in the super chat showing love. He says salute to the panel and thanks for the great show. Needed it and was trying to drive this 18-wheeler. Like, damn, I need something to listen to. It's gonna get
you, Southside. Thank you, Southside. Bless up to you, brother. Yes,
Southside, the realest, drug dealers, thugs and gorillas.
Keep on trucking, brother. Keep on trucking.
Hell yeah. Take your breaks when you supposed to.
When we not up here, brother, just think about the conversation that we have, and not so much the words out of our mouth, but the intensity and the love that we show for the game of bulldogging, man.
Lay it back, 'cause I go back and listen to y'all, you know. There'll be some gems in there that I miss just from being on the panel with y'all. I might miss it. So I go back and man, I'm learning too still shit, and I'm a master at this shit, but y'all motherfuckers is master teachers. So even I shut the fuck up and run it back.
We love it.
Okay, shout out to Red Bobby. I see him in there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Salute, homie.
Damn, why I can't see everybody? Shit.
Salute.
You just got to peek on the comments section.
Oh, okay.
Well, y'all, that brings us to the end of a wonderful show. We didn't. This is one of our longest shows. We did like 3 hours in this joint.
Well, it needs to be because the last joint when you was here, we was on there for then at less than an hour. Then it was missed last Sunday.
We missed last
so the
week,
people here need to hear the love, and that's
absolutely.
And then I was on the hours and some change sabbatical couldn't make it here today. So I appreciate you being up here, and I got a chance to get a few words in. And one thing before you say, Brother Hamza, I'm not sure about the Golden Boy with the Tyrone stuff in there. I'm not sure nothing going on with that breed or not. Just to answer that for you real quick. Sorry, but yeah.
No, all good. Brother Ram, welcome down Ram, Big Steppin'. Go ahead and give us a disclaimer, family.
As always, man, none of this shit is intended for, nor should you niggas be out there trying to use it towards any illegal purposes. If you is, man, delete everything and all that other shit. Stop talking to motherfuckers, man. It's Halloween tomorrow. Don't be out there drinking and driving. Uber is cheap. Candy is free tomorrow, man. Check your kids' candy and shit. Don't let no weirdos be around them. If one of them get by them, super sock that motherfucker and say you didn't know you had on the mask, so you was worried about your kid. You just get a ticket for that. God, trust me, I did it last year. Other than that, man, the week coming up is Monday. I always scratch hard into that bitch because she a funky motherfucker. But it's worth it once you get past it.
Can I say something before we go?
Yes, sir.
Red Bobby was a family member or somebody, just son got shot. We sending 6 million prayers to you, Red Bobby and the kid that got shot family.
That's right.
This is what I was talking about earlier, man. How we as a people have to understand win, lose, draw, pick up, whatever the case may be. I don't care what it is, man. There's no room for us to be annihilating, committing genocide amongst the human race. There's just no room, man. We got to, I don't know what the kids be, what it's about. I don't know what it's about. Whatever it's about, it's not worth a human life. I know that. I do know that. So y'all brothers, man, y'all young kids, man, and the youth, man, y'all got to come on, man, get away from this video game, man, because life is for real, man. It's not real.
And it's okay to fight. I grew up fighting, getting beat up by the big homies. That's okay. Yeah. The baddest motherfuckers got losses. Muhammad Ali lost, and he considered the greatest. So you ain't always got to step on shit and grab the gun, man. Because once you grab that shit, bullets don't go in reverse, bro. And it ain't no guns in prison. If you really a killer, you gonna get up on a man and stab him? Fuck no. You ain't got the heart to. And if you try it, a motherfucker beat the knife out your hand and stab you with it. If you not really like that, then just leave the shit alone, man. Be something else. We got enough gangsters and killers and thrillers. Like, can we get some doctors, some lawyers? Can we get a fucking vet tech, nigga? What's up?
Engineers out this bitch, man.
Anything other than what we got a whole bunch of.
Can we get some honest mechanics out this motherfucker?
Nigga, I'm an honest mechanic.
What we need,
we get some more. You feel me?
We need more lawyers. We need more black senators. We need more black judges. We need more black lawyers. We need more black law officials, period. Because a lot of times we fighting against a system that have less of us making decisions. So if we are the majority in this system, or if it's equal, then a lot of the excess stuff be happening to us wouldn't be happening because, we can give favor like they do for them. And so we just got to push our kids towards being more educated about being in all aspects of life, from financial to law to doctor. When you go to the doctor now, I remember when I was a young kid and went to the doctor, everybody in the hospital was black. Everybody was black. You know what I mean? Now you go to a hospital, you'll see a few of us and you'll see less of us really playing a major factor in the process of some of that stuff. So we got to quit pushing our kids on these video games and letting them sit up, figure out how to shoot and kill and put them on YouTube. See, there's nothing wrong with the internet. The internet is the best thing that hit us. The problem is the way we use the internet, the way we educate ourselves using this internet. Are we going to educate ourselves doing dumb shit, or are we going to educate ourselves doing things? You can go on the internet now and get a college degree. And what I mean,
You can
might,
go on here and learn. It's like we literally live in the Matrix.
yeah,
You want to learn karate, kung fu,
yeah,
you can learn that shit right off YouTube, and you and your cousin fucking around in your dirty ass pissy room, learning the moves and shit.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
get good at it and
yeah,
good enough to compete. But
yeah,
motherfuckers want to look at stupid motherfuckers all day digging in their nose and shit.
yeah, yeah. So we need to use this internet to educate ourselves financially, mentally, and spiritually, and make sure we treat women like the golden goose they are, man. So
But
we can
women,
have
not
more
bitches,
babies.
not whores, not sluts. Actual
Yeah,
women.
Actual women, fuck bitches.
Yeah,
yeah,
fuck bitches get money, bust nuts. But yeah, actual women, they deserve that womanly respect. But
yeah.
bitches, hoes, and skeezers, yeah, fuck them, don't get them shit. But some
Well,
covered up rubber dick.
I'm gonna be a little different with you on that, because the hoes, we need them too.
No, I love
I ain't
hoes.
gonna. Yeah, definitely.
I absolutely, I
You know what I'm
listen.
saying? I mean,
Some of the best women I know is hoes.
you know,
Oh
we
yeah, but we talk about the respect factor,
No,
as
let me
far
tell you
as
this,
gotta
Diego.
getting the
respect them.
household
Don't
back in
y'all fuck
order.
with my
Yeah.
hoes. Don't you fuck
Oh
with my
no,
hoes.
I
don't
love
never fuck up
hoes.
the hoes though.
I
You know?
love women.
Wait a minute, hold on.
We need to respect all of them, all women. I don't care what level they on.
Exactly.
We
Right.
respect them, because let me tell you something, brother. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I cannot picture being without them. You know what I'm saying? You know,
No,
it
sir.
ain't nothing like having a good woman laying in your bed every night. Ain't nothing like it.
Hell yeah, jacking off is cool, but pussy
Nothing
is
like it.
smooth.
Ain't nothing like it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But now, ain't nothing wrong with having that bad ass girl that come by and give you some sexual healing.
Even if it's just her hand, you feel me?
But this is the thing. This is the thing, though. It's
Yeah.
women, hoes. Oh, it's a difference. I fuck with both of them, but I ain't fucking with no bitches.
Hell
Mm.
yeah, stop confusing sluts with hoes.
Let me tell
Hoes
you right
get
now.
paid. Like sluts just they
Look here,
fun.
man.
You can still fuck them in the car.
A
You
bitch,
know?
a bitch is the type of motherfucker who will be so bitter, so mad that she make up lies on the motherfucker, try to send you to prison, lying on you, and all this old fuck shit. I ain't got time for that. Fuck a bitch.
No.
Fuck
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, see,
yeah,
that's a funky dog head bitch. Them
yeah.
don't get the woman respect. Especially if they was trying to get down in the slums with you. Because it ain't work out, now they want to get you. Fuck out of here. No.
Yeah.
Tell
Well,
on me, you tell on yourself first, bitch.
anytime somebody trying to vex somebody like that, that ain't good for nobody. You know what I mean? So, but what I'm saying though is we need to respect everything about life, and let nature be the leading brand and course for us.
Literally, let nature take its course.
Yeah, and continue life, and love these bulldogs the same way. Treat the bulldogs the same way you treat a woman, and treat a woman the same way you treat the bulldogs, and and just keep it going, man. I'll tell you one thing. I want to say this, and I'm gonna let you go. This is one family I will never ever forget. The Bulldog family. Matter of fact, y'all didn't let me tell you who my partners were. One of my partners was Tonyo Holloway. That's like my big brother. And then my other partner.
God damn, that's a big name off the top.
Yeah. And then my other partner was Jam, and me and him, we still partners now. He's still my boy now. We long time, homeboys and everything. And then, as time moved on, then I done had a whole lot of, young brothers that came through years ago, you know what I mean? And now they off to to their life and stuff. So there's a lot of names I can name, but yeah, man. Hey, this life that I've been living, and the people that I've met, man, I wouldn't have it no other way. You know what I mean? And meeting Bach Reed, and then meeting y'all, and then you heard about Schoolboy. I heard about him on the other side,
Right.
there. And and then finally, Bach shared some vibes about it, and and then so now we all communicating. So the greatness of the Bulldog is be true to the game. And I got to say this too, because another young brother that I met in the past, matter of fact, I'm say at least about 10, maybe about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. And a young Bingo, you know, he just crazy, motherfucker. I ain't never met a motherfucker crazy.
Bingo good people, man. Bingo good people, man.
Yeah, he good people. He just crazy as hell. I'm telling you, man.
But you meet a lot of good motherfuckers in this game, man, and build some real bonds with on some man shit outside of the dog.
But 1 second, brothers. I'm sorry, but it's time for a commercial break. If that's okay with y'all.
Oh yeah, please.
Money and magic, XXX. Hold up, honey. No, I'm not your hoe or housewife. What you thought this is? It's not personal, it's business. When you see me, I be fancy underneath it. I be nasty, sharing lace off in my panties. Easy access, ain't no scamming. Got me choking while I'm slurping love potion. From the back type, busted wide open. Got some D-cup titties in a bubble butt. Made his dick hard as shit. All I heard him scream was fuck. Give it to me, bear. Pulling on my motherfucking hair. Pretty pussy pink. Knock it out. Put that ass to sleep. Got his wood all in my back. Come in my stomach with all of them racks. Make his dickhead split up cash. Huh? Now give it to me like you want some more. No Tatiana, that's that bottom shelf quality type of hoe. Taste this pussy, you'll eat something that you never had. Put that chain around my neck and choke me till I'm brain dead. Then throw me all of them bands and cash it out to my OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy. 1,000, Kevin, 1,000, Kevin. It ain't your name no more. It's Kevin for 1,000.
With the dick hard automatic.
That's automatic. They get your blood pumping.
Hey, look, Kev, when I come out there, I want her to play that rhythm while me and her vibing it up. Hey, Bob, we need to go out there together so we can laugh like a motherfucker, boy.
Hey, boom. Let me just tell you, when you come to my way, mine gonna be saying that shit in Spanish. Okay, so just when my joints jump away, they're gonna be saying it in Spanish too.
I told you about 2023. I gotta make my way down there.
Hell yeah, you know,
right.
I know a little Espanol.
Negro grande, muy mucho
pito.
I'm gonna tell you something. Bach got some pieces down there. He's
I know. Yeah.
Down there. I see some stuff that made me say, "Wow."
Bach, why I ain't seen it in my signal?
All you got to do come down here, Ram, and just let you just take the wetness back home with you. That's all I'm gonna do.
I probably won't leave. We might be Sally's.
Hey, I can tell you one thing: the women down here, I hate to say it, some of the things at home just ain't right, but we have the best smellingest women in the world down this motherfucker.
Hey, Bach serious about that smell. Bach,
I can't deal with no funky ass shit, yo. Yeah. Hey, these women here, I don't give a fuck at 150 degrees with the temperature up high. They could be on a bike ride 15 miles to you, and the panties ain't got shit in, and the motherfucker don't smell like nothing but spring water.
Ain't none of that James Brown in the liner.
Ain't no pancake batter, none of that shit in that motherfucker. You understand? And on top of that, listen, these motherfuckers don't fuck with no Summer's Eve, Masdale, none of that shit. Just straight water in they motherfucking shit, and that's it. That's all they need.
Water and salt. A little bit of vinegar.
They don't need no salt in it. You can put the saltness in that motherfucker or sugary, depending on what your shit's shooting. But I tell you one thing. These motherfuckers here is cleaner than a motherfucker. So I'm just saying.
We'll be down there next year.
All right, let's do that. I'm gonna tell you right now, they already on deck, ready. Wait.
Just let me know what's the good nearby hotels, all that stuff. You talk to me later.
Let me know what's the off month for tourism. I don't want to be around all them tourists and they hogging all the good bitches.
We ain't talking fuck all the tours. We don't fuck with tours. Okay, you coming right here with ain't nothing but love, and just make sure that you ready to jam. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in the Challenger and drive down there right now.
You can drive. I drove to this motherfucker, so it is
what I'm saying. Already look where it's at. Like, okay.
Bob, I'm gonna go down as an interpreter.
Yeah, please come as an interpreter. Yeah, if they gonna need you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want to know. Too cool though? See, she's fucking in there. He's gonna be the director of the
an interpreter. That's it.
Yes, there you go.
Hey, schoolboy, you gonna get your ass whooped when you get back home.
He can't come back home after he come down. This motherfucker come back
Yeah,
looking like
We
he
might
got
all
beat.
be Stellies
Looking
down
like
that
he on
bitch
his
with
knees when he got home. He's so
I
fucking
fuck
wore
Going
out.
down there.
we might have to get the dog sit down to us, fucking with Bach.
Hey,
No,
I'm
if
telling you, y'all
it's a
might
good
don't make it the
place.
fuck back home.
No, I fuck around. I'm gonna buy some land down there if it's a spot that I like. I might.
Hey,
might as well
hold
have
on. Let
a
me just
spot.
say this. Schoolboy done been down here.
Yep.
Hey, Schoolboy, tell him how these motherfuckers look down here.
They're beautiful.
I'm
They're
telling
beautiful,
you.
and you could be 10 feet away from them, and all you smelling is flowers.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm telling you, I'll be making this shit up.
Not to cut you off,
Yeah.
y'all, but Red Bobby said, "Could you call Solve?" He said it's important. Baltimore Solve, or I don't know how you say that shit. I got a West Coast tongue.
Okay.
I'd be like,
All
"Come
right.
here, Buster." You know what I'm saying?
He
Cuz?
said, hey, Bach, he said Baltimore Chuck son got killed.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
that's
gonna
what
make a call to Baltimore as soon as I get off here. I'm gonna hit the boys up as soon as I get off.
Damn, long live Baltimore Chuck son, man. That
Yeah.
shit suck.
Damn, that shit happened today.
What? I don't know. He said he just got shot or something.
Man,
Okay, I'm on the red. I'm on the red, Bobby. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna call that way. Damn.
And Bob, call me and let me know what's happening, man.
The extra 10 minutes y'all got, this usually what we be talking about behind the scenes. So y'all got a treat, boy.
Right.
Enjoy
Oh
that.
yeah. Hey, but I'm serious about that. Y'all bring y'all ass on down. Boom been bullshit. I've been trying to get Boom down here for fucking 15 years.
Man, I'm coming, man. I ain't bullshitting. I'm just getting old. Hey, look, all of us gonna come. Hey, everybody gonna go.
Well, Boone is 7-8. Y'all could meet me in Vegas, and we could fly up to get Schoolboy. And then fly. I don't know if Andrew gonna let him come though.
Yeah,
nah, look, we going down
there for a dog show.
Right.
That's it.
We going there for a dog panel. Matter of fact, we're gonna do 78 Sports right there in Bach, right there in the yard. Wherever Bob set it up at.
It's gonna be fine loose dogs running around.
Smooth Monty, bring your ass too. Smooth Monty, live life, bring your ass. Goddamn it, is invited. The women are already in position, ready to go.
Well, my favorite position, doggy style. So just have ready.
Matter of fact, I tell you what, Ram. When you get off the plane, I'm gonna have a motherfucking doggy style position at the motherfucking car.
Well, look,
just hit as soon as you get and think I'm bullshit, Ram. Think I'm bullshit.
Fly without no draws. Be ready.
You don't need no draws. You don't need no draws.
I'm a simple man. I'm a meat and potato type of guy. Just bring me a chocolate one with a big booty. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Okay. Say less. I got you.
And I need a lot. I want the one who look like J-Lo. I want the white fucking ones. The ones who look Indian like me.
We gonna make sure we got you. We gonna put like smorgasbord,
motherfucking OG Boone. I mean,
okay, all right. Just come. I already got toys here. If y'all don't have any, I got toys on deck. Stay in there. Okay?
Oh yeah, right.
I got
my toy down there. Then we turn that bitch to a jungle gym.
You don't need nothing. I got condoms. I got everything in this motherfucker. You just come here, just come naked, and I got everything else for you.
Hey,
like you have for just a robe on.
Hey, look here, y'all. Look, I'm gonna get me a room by myself. Cause y'all motherfuckers.
Hey, boom. Don't worry, we coming in that motherfucker too. She gotta get poked while she give you head. She gotta get poked.
We all gonna get room by herself because I'm not sleeping with you. I need my own room.
Y'all gonna be having too much going on. Hey, y'all gonna have too much going on.
Well, just tell me now what parts of the house not to fuck in. Comment.
I'm gonna interpret and take videos. That's what
all I'm doing is when I send hey, boom. When you send that motherfucker out, we sending another one in there. Tell her she got a lot of work to do when she come out that motherfucker. Okay.
Hey, this is a true story, man. I bought a car from this girl, right? And then she was like, yeah, got to talking. So then her cousin got out the car. I said, good God Almighty. She said, well, you think you can handle both of us? I said, what you mean? She said, can you handle? I said, hell yeah, I'll try if I can. I'll try. So we went, about a couple weeks later, we went to the room, and man, I could not believe this, man. So then after that, so she told me, she said, what you doing? I said, nothing, just chilling. She said, I got about 5 of my girlfriends with me. You want to just go get a room and we're going to, I said, what? She said, yeah. She said, you think you can handle it? I said, I'm going to try. And this no lie, man. I didn't climax on all of them, but I did climax on one of them, but I hit all 5.
Talk to him, Boone. Hey,
the breeding
y'all don't know how Boone is.
Whether
I'm
it
just
took
say
or not
this.
is a different thing. The dog I made it to the bitch.
Wait a minute. Hey, Ram. Can you do another disclaimer? We done left the dog show and went in the porno phase. Can you
man, this shit is serious for everybody on the panel that's married. We just online talking grown man nigga shit. We drunk, don't pass no mind.
This is the Halloween special.
Yeah,
this is only for straight.
Fuck that. I'm interpreting and I'm taking videos. Fuck all that.
That's right. There you go. We must have video footage.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute. I see somebody told me they coming through this motherfucker with just a robe on. Brother, come on. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's me.
And goddamn it. Hey, live life. You don't need to buy. I got some pills down this month. You only need 50 of it, and you will punch holes through shit on your trip. So
man, I used to sell Viagra and took one on accident. These 3 bitches I fucking still won't give me no pussy.
Man, look here, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro. It's gonna be the best documentary ever because I'm gonna bring somebody with me to record, and
that's right.
And we're gonna hook this up, make it into a hour and a half whole game dog special.
Let's do like we doing now, about 3 hours. Let them have it. Yeah. Cause see, after we go through all that shit, we'll be sitting back like a motherfucker, laughing.
They gonna close this channel off. They gonna be like, the content is too graphic. Motherfuckers got squirting on lenses. Over there got squirting all on his fucking glasses.
I got
squirted on box ceiling.
I got so many avenues. I could just put it on my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Put on OnlyFans. I'm serious. It's gonna get crucial.
I'll sign the disclaimer then, because you gotta pay to see that. Yeah, you ain't gonna Pornhub my dick for free.
Yeah, put the whole.
I'm telling you, when they see Richard Garcia, he will be wetter than a motherfucker with squirters hitting him dead in his fucking lens.
With the old school boxers on, like the army.
That's right. With the suspenders on his fucking socks.
Hell yeah. They're kicking it.
And I never dropped the phone. That phone.
That's right. Don't drop the phone, baby. Don't drop the phone. But it's gonna be slippery because it's gonna be wet down in this motherfucker.
Everybody in the chat laughing, but we dead ass serious. We talk about this shit all the time. Like this shit finna happen.
When we pull up,
make a lie out of me, goddamn.
Hell yeah.
I ain't never been to Honduras. I've been to Venezuela. I've been to Venezuela. I've been to Brazil, and I've been to Colombia, and I've been to Dominican Republic. But I ain't never been to Honduras. But I know they fine down there. I know they right.
I ain't never been past where Roque live at OG school, boy. I ain't never been past down there.
Morelia?
Yeah. I ain't never been past there. And it's cracking down there too.
Yeah.
Cracking.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, I used to love going to them shows where it be the baddest of the baddest bitches down there, the best weed.
Oh well.
Great dog food. Like, we going. I'll fly around give me a Honduras baby.
I can't supply you good weed down this month, but they ain't a good weed, but I can supply you some grade A pussy. Okay.
Oh yeah. Pussy get me higher anyway.
As long as y'all got some liquor down there and some pussy.
Got plenty of liquor. We got what they call giffity. That's what they call this shit. The Gariffinas. They call it giffity. We'll have you fucked up. You will be drunk in the motherfucker, and you will have a giffity day. You will have a giffity
hunch in my back like a motherfucking loose pit bull with the pit.
Oh, you had some giffity before.
We're gonna end the show because I got some questions I don't want everybody else to hear.
Okay.
All right.
Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes.
For another successful week. Thank y'all so much.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Don't get used to this drunk shit either. We just feeling good today. So
Yeah, yes,
you know.
One last thing, can I say this, please?
Yes,
It's
sir.
like a lot of people hitting my goddamn Instagram and fucking Facebook messages. Let me just say this. I don't really sell dogs to the public. And if I do sell one, I don't have shit under $1,500. So all of the EBT card activated motherfuckers, please stay the fuck out of my inboxes. Okay?
Well, at least
Who the
until
fuck?
March when they start getting
Who
their
the hell
taxes
gonna buy
back.
a dog?
Then hit them up around March.
Let me
when you
just
got
say
your
this.
taxes.
I've never owned one less than that. So I'm just
I
saying,
gotta
don't
say
come
this.
to me with this shit. Yeah.
I gotta say this. I'm sorry. I know we was gonna post it in there, but listen, everybody on this panel, all these brothers that's talking have experience. Y'all always, people always crying about real dog men and real dogs. Who the hell gonna try to buy a dog from Bach for less than $1,500?
Exactly.
Who the hell would Bach? You lucky if you getting it for $1,500.
Bro, I'm trying to tell
For
you.
real, that sounds like a ram
Three
price.
dogs
You
on
feel
my
me?
bro,
Right.
3 dogs on my yard. I paid $2,500 for 3 dogs in my yard.
Right.
And I'm happy
Right.
with it. And Bach, if Bach was to, I would easily pay $3,000 for a dog from Bach or Boone or Schoolboy or
Just because
Rad.
the time they took them years to build that line of dogs and not release it to the public, that shit demands 2 bands by itself. You feel me?
Man,
I mean, I'm not trying to tell a person what their value, how they value they shit or what they pockets. I'm just stating, if you gonna come to me and then I tell you like I really don't sell and I want, and then you know if I gotta quiz the person, see what they are, what they doing, and then the motherfuckers, then when by the time everybody calling asking for pairs, and I'm not just giving pairs up and all that for what? Then the motherfuckers say and I say a price that's really cheaper than most motherfuckers. What? I'm not getting ready to start looking at a motherfucker. Well, you know, I need a goddamn 15 payments. Get your man, miss me, man. And you can take it how
Don't
you
try
want
to get a top shelf Frenchie for 15 and they gonna laugh
Right.
at you. We talking about the
Right.
best dog on the planet.
Shit.
Pair shit up, man, or save up for it. Shit.
Right.
It took me a minute to save up for my Challenger and a longer minute to get my Hellcat. You feel me? But if I want to race, I gotta fucking buy the expensive shit. Same with the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do get one from them, don't just babysit the shit.
And here go the
man,
crazy
because it was
shit.
$1,500. Like, do something with it, man.
Right.
Go show
A
the motherfucker. Put him in some dock diving, something.
Bro, I bought a dog with no papers before because it was bred good. I trust the guy who sold it to me. I paid $1,200 for that dog. So how the hell you gonna get a dog from Bach for $1,500? Bach, I'm hating Bach. You can't sell no dog for no $1,500.
No, but listen to this. Now I got inbred shit on there, right? The motherfucker. So it's just like, okay, Boone and different people. I mean, regardless, whatever it is, if that's your stock and you stand behind your shit or whatever, and you this ain't shit that everybody got, right? And a person coming knowing that it's rare to get it anyway, because to be honest, none of this shit was supposed to got out. I never gave none of this shit off of Tyrone for nobody to sell shit off of, to be honest. Okay, so anyway, to make a long story short, they come running like, oh man, I want that shit, this, and I'd be like, well, it'd be like 358 people wanting the pup or some shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to let go. So I got inbred shit off my shit, and I'm like, but that's $2,500 off the bat. That's a whole 30-year program worth of whether I bred the motherfucker, my boys bred or whatever. That's 30 years then they're breeding this shit. Ain't nobody just giving you this shit, bro. If you can go to motherfucking goddamn Gardner and everybody else and pay that shit for them, then don't come here. I'm just saying, whether they come or not, it's fine. I don't give a fuck. It's not like I'm selling these motherfuckers to the public. But if you are coming and I do say you can get one, don't come if you ain't got your money already in your hand, bro. Don't start telling me all these fucking stories about your kids' fucking teeth. Why the fuck you come to me? Come when your fucking kids' teeth is fixed, goddammit.
Well, they
don't come to me.
Play. They want you to give them a play so they can peddle the dogs. Once you give it to them for dirt cheap, you give it to them for $800. Then they gonna take fucking sell them for $2,500.
You know how much I spent on just all the dogs that I had that quit? Mind you, I bought them all. At least 35 bands just on the curves. We ain't gonna count what the good ones cost.
Shit,
that's 35
you talk about
bands.
Money spent.
Yeah,
I think this is no bullshit, and we're gonna let this go. I know Boone and everybody else that been. I know for a fact back in the day I spent easily $100,000 in dogs with curves, bro. I'm telling you, easily. I done lost that much with some bullshit.
And that's
curves.
on the curves. That's on the bad ones. That's right. You want to know the truth of the game? That's the truth of the game. It costs to be the boss. You got to pay to play in this motherfucker. The good shit ain't cheap. You could get it reasonable, sometimes free, if the motherfucker who got it fuck with you. But if you just a motherfucker just off the blue, I'd like to try some of your shit. This is what it is. We don't got no rapport, no relationship, nothing. I don't know if you just gonna take this dog, run off, breed it, whatever you gonna do, you gonna do.
All I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. I ain't mean to just because it's like people, they come to the show and then they in my, I told people you can hit me at Only in America Kennels on Instagram, and so it's like a lot of people up there that's in my inbox, and I'm just saying I don't mind, talking to people, but I don't really want to have my time wasted or somebody else's. But I don't have no cheap shit, yo. I'm just saying
that give the leeway for motherfuckers with the money to hit you up now, because all the broke dick motherfuckers and got out the way. So if you really
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, because the puppies that we have, these motherfuckers is quality ass pups, and I'm just saying that I stand on any of my shit. I stand behind the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm not selling for no illegal purposes, but if a person wants the traits and the blood, that's what it is. But you know what I mean? So that's it.
If truck 15 cheap. If I was selling dogs, you niggas wouldn't want to buy one from me. For real.
Hey, Smooth Monty, you know where I'm at. You already know where I'm at. And Brother John Kramer,
yes, sir.
Only the American Kennels Instagram. I see you there, brother. But I'm just saying, Yeah,
brother, super chat. Appreciate y'all.
Right.
We finna get up out of here, and we'll have
brother.
next weekend.
Yes, sir.
It
was a pleasure as always.